He loses control and starts pounding his fist on the table. He is beyond pissed. I never did this. You are just doing this because you hate me and want to ruin my life with these photos. Seeing how out of control he is, he splashes a glass of water right in his face. Calm down. Think about it for a second. Who have you managed to piss off lately? That finally shuts him up. He sits there for a moment, thinking it over. Then he looks up with total certainty. It has to be Wang Zheng. That guy is definitely framing me. He is genuinely surprised to hear that. Why would you go and mess with a guy like him? Meanwhile, at the office, Wang Zheng is just chilling and tapping his fingers on the desk. Suddenly, he hears the door lock click. Lai Dinyan opens the door and is shocked to see him sitting there. Brother? He turns his head around, silent. When she gets closer, he finally speaks up. You are the TV queen, Lai Dinyan, right? She answers quickly, asking who he is and why he is in her place. He just smiles. I am Wang Zheng, a friend of Lu Haiyan. He is pretty curious, so he just comes out and asks, You are a huge star worth almost 100 million. Why on earth are you living in a place like this? This was the first house I ever bought in the capital with my own savings. I have a lot of memories here, so I just cannot bring myself to sell it. He gets the hint and stands up to leave. Go ahead and do your thing. Lu Huan is not here anyway, so I will get out of your hair. She grabs his arm and winks. You are already here. Why not stay for a while? He is caught off guard by that and laughs. Wow, the famous Li Dinian acting like this? I must be the luckiest guy alive right now. He pulls his hand away and turns her down flat. Honestly, I am not interested. Let's not waste each other's time. Over at the estate, a man is kicking Thian Kai in the back and screaming, You total piece of trash. You completely trashed our family name. That guy is Tian Kai's dad, Tanam Kwok. He is literally on his knees begging for an excuse, but I honestly have no clue what just went down. I woke up in my own bed. That jerk Vuong Tran must have framed me, knocked me cold, and then snapped those photos. He caught a nasty slap across the face right before the lecture started. We are at rock bottom and you are still trying to blame someone else for your mess? Foucault steps in with a serious face, saying we should figure out a plan instead of fighting. Just as the vibe gets heavy, Thian Yen's phone starts buzzing in his pocket. He is totally frozen. He is panicking until the old man nods for him to answer. He grabs it, and the voice on the other end is screaming. Bad news. The diamond mine blew up, and all the tunnels are buried under a mountain of dirt. Thian Yen's heart drops along with his phone. Meanwhile, at the airport, Vuong Tran spots Miu Miu and gives her a playful smack on the head. Why did you hit the capital without calling me first? She rubs her head and pouts. My dad is here for a course, so I just tagged along to give you a little surprise visit. He is hyped to see her. Then I am treating you big time. Let's go eat our way through the whole city. Deal? Miu Miu looks down, sounding a bit bummed. I'm only here for a day or two. No way I can eat the whole city that fast. He checks in on her. So soon? You are barely here. Why not stay a bit longer? Her face lights up again. I have got to head to the Americas the day after tomorrow. I have been dying to see the uni salt flats forever. Vuong Tran smiles. I have been there. It is straight up like heaven on earth. So, are you flying to the Americas all by yourself or what? Her eyes go wide as she teases him. Nope. Are you coming? He scratches his head, looking totally awkward. Miu Miu laughs and punches his shoulder. Just kidding. I am going with a girlfriend. Don't sweat it, okay? She grins and starts listing off her bucket list. First, I am going to backpack across the whole globe. Then, I will finally come home and actually get a real job for once. After that, maybe the whole marriage and kids thing. Right then, Vuong Tran's phone starts vibrating. He checks it and sees Ha Nam is calling him out of the blue. He knows it is serious and picks up immediately. A frantic voice blasts through the speaker. Remember that little bottle from before? We finally got the results back. Get over here right now. I am sending a car for you. Ha Nam drops a bomb. That bottle is a biological weapon, a brand new kind of biowarfare drug. Vuong Tran's jaw hits the floor and he switches gears instantly. What? I am on my way right now. Miu Miu heard the whole thing but stays chill about it. If it is urgent, just go. He looks at her, feeling a bit bad, and tries to make it up. Tell you what, dinner is on me tomorrow. I promise. They say their goodbyes and split up. But as soon as Miu Miu slides into her car, Hong Kai starts trash-talking Vuong Tran right away. I told you he would bail, he snickers. She shoots him a death stare and shuts him down fast. Look, Hong Kai, I don't need your help. He gets the hint and nervously changes the subject. Fine. Where to? She guns the engine and shouts, to the airport. I am changing my flight. Meanwhile, over at the two estate, the old man and his grandson are having a heavy heart-to-heart conversation. Foucault leans back in his chair and kicks things off. Thian Yen, what is your take on everything that went down today? He is totally stressed and blaming himself. That diamond mine, I never thought they would track us there. The old man gives his favorite grandson a break. Can't blame you, kid. South Africa was always clean before. This mess caught us all off guard. Stay cool. Now, what's the plan for what comes next? Thien Yen is ready to flip the script. He sounds dead serious. I am moving some capital. If our three main brands can just survive this rough patch for a while, then we still have a shot to win. Fuck Hoa isn't feeling it. He snaps back. Where is all that cash coming from? You are not about to bet the whole family legacy on this, are you? But he is stubborn. Grandpa, relax. I won't touch our foundation. I will find the money elsewhere. Plus, we still have enough local inventory to keep us afloat for a while. The old man drops that and digs deeper. One more thing. Level with me. How many times have you actually tried to take out Wang Tran? Thien Yen doesn't even blink. 3 times. Failed every single one. Guess I can't hide anything from you. Like two snakes in a nest, Phuc Hoa praises his grandson's cold-blooded vibe. Good job. Someone like him needs to be handled as soon as possible. Feeling relieved to have his grandpa's backing, Thien Yen carefully asks for his advice. So, about Wang Tran, Phuc Hoa cuts him off. He is making the calls now. Meanwhile, over at the National Lab, Wang Tran is staring at a test tube. How does this stack up against old bioweapons? Is it really that much deadlier? Fu Thon breaks it down. It is a biological sedative cocktail, and it spreads fast. If this bug hits the country, the whole land is going to turn into a wasteland. Han Nam stands there with his arms crossed, looking totally worried about the threat. The research results probably haven't reached their home country yet, but we have no idea if that blown-up base on Tanaka Island still has backup samples of this pathogen. That is the real kicker, and it leaves Wang Tran lost in thought. He's sure the enemy knows we snatched the virus. He speaks up with an idea. How about I head back to Tanaka Island for one more look? But the other guy stops him right there. No need. When Lam Tay Quiet returned, we coordinated with the right teams. They have got the waters around the island on total lockdown. He asks for an update, and he hits. Nam levels with him. Found 2 small boats and a transport plane. We sent them all to the bottom of the ocean. Wang Tran looks at him. I feel like that island is useless now. Can we just blow the whole thing to smithereens? But he has other plans. Nah, leave it for now. Having checked off a major problem, Wang Tran's mood finally brightens up. Not a bad idea. Hey, how about I come over to your place for dinner tonight? I have been dying to meet this legendary sister-in-law of mine. After work, they head back to Hanam's apartment. He slides the key into the lock, and the door clicks open with a heavy thud. He pushes the door open and completely freezes. The whole place is trashed, and bodies are slumped all over the floor. He sprints inside, screaming his wife's name. Huang Than. But there is no answer. Wang Tran grabs his shoulder to steady him. Take a breath. She's okay. They took out 4 guards just to kidnap her. That means she is still useful to them. Don't worry, they will reach out first. He hears him, but Han Nam is still totally crushed. He stares at their wedding photo for a second before shaking it off and forcing himself to find a solution. He gets on the phone with Lai Tu immediately. Xiaoli, lock it down. Check every exit: airports, trains, highways. Your sister-in-law has been taken. You have got to find her. The kid doesn't waste time. On it, boss. I won't let you down. The fear for his family turns into pure rage inside Han Nam. Those animals, when I catch them, they are going to wish they were never born. With old grudges and new hate piling up, Wang Tran is ready to squash these pests. They are not walking away from this alive. Back at the two-family manor, the 2 of them are huddled in a private room. Thien Yen gives him the latest update on the situation. Grandpa Phuc Hoa isn't even shocked. This was inevitable, he mutters. Seeing how chill the old man is, he gets suspicious. Wait, did you actually pull the trigger on this? He shakes his head with a smirk. Just leaked a little info. Why do the dirty work when others can do it for us? After 3 failed hits, Thien Yen is dying to know. How exactly? Phuc Hoa had a cold, ruthless look on his face. He was going to make sure Wang Trang and his crew never left this country alive. In Hanam's office, Wang Trang waited while the boss paced like a caged tiger. Suddenly, Li Tu burst in shouting that they finally had a lead. Airport security footage showed the boss's wife boarded a flight to Japan exactly 2 days ago. We finally found her. Han Nam started connecting the dots and grew suspicious. He had been gone for 3 days, and she showed up at the airport 2 days ago. This whole thing was a massive setup from the start. Why are they targeting me? Wang Trang figured they were after that experimental bioweapon serum. It looks like those guys in Japan are getting desperate and do not have any backup supplies left. Suspicion started eating at him. Not many people knew about this. Could there be a mole in the crew? He did not rule it out. He told his guys to get backup ready because they were heading to Japan immediately. A sudden knock at the door cut their conversation short. Someone shouted that the boss had a package. Han Nam kept his voice steady and told them to come inside. His subordinate handed over a sealed envelope and reported that it was addressed directly to him. He had no idea how it arrived. Anxious for any news, Ha Nam tore it open right away. The contents of the letter sent Ha Nam into a blind rage. He swore these animals would pay with their lives. Wang Zheng stayed calm, noting that the enemies had been planning this for a long time. They used plural words, meaning everyone was a target. The situation was critical, so he grabbed his gun and moved. He could not wait another second. He told the team to get ready because they were leaving right now. Over on the other side, Van Vu skillfully spun a dagger while complaining to his partner. He admitted that he really did not agree with how the old man was handling things. Killing their own people in Japan would be hard to explain later. It felt forced, but that was just how the old man operated. He would do anything to win. He patted his friend's shoulder, noting that his injuries were finally all healed up. To Van Vu, do not you want to get even with that guy? This is literally the best chance you are ever going to get. That hit a nerve, so he agreed. At the international airport, Ha Nam led his team toward the check-in counter for Japan. Suddenly, a young guy approached them and silently handed over a smartphone. Before the guy could run, Wang Zheng tackled him to the ground and demanded to know where the others were. He told him to lead the way right now. The kid panicked, swearing he was innocent and that a random woman had just handed him the phone. He did not let up and ask where the woman went. The guy nervously said she was already gone. Ha Nam realized they would not get anything else and told him to stop causing a scene. Lai Tu also pushed them to keep moving and get in the car. He worried that someone might be lurking nearby, watching their every move. Inside a hotel room, Huang then lay on the bed under heavy guard. Hai Ken sat beside her and introduced himself. He told her Ha Nam had already arrived in Japan and promised that her husband would never make it back home alive. That threat made her struggle against her restraints. She demanded to know what they were planning to do to him. Her defiance bruised his ego, so he slapped her hard across the face. He called her ungrateful and told her to focus on her unborn baby instead of worrying about her husband. He laughed like a maniac, enjoying her look of despair. She was not scared and called him a total psycho. Haiken just pulled out a phone and told her she would hear his voice very soon. Back with the guys, both Wang Zheng and Ha Nam frowned while staring at the phone in his hand. A man's voice came through, asking if Ha Nam brought the goods. Ha Nam did not answer directly. Instead, he yelled, asking where his wife was and threatening to destroy the item if she was hurt. Huang then cried out, telling him she was fine but begging him not to come. Suddenly, Ida walked in and mocked her beauty, commenting on how gorgeous Chinese women really were. He leaned in close and touched her face, whispering that any woman who ended up in his hands never had a happy ending. He tried to pull at her jacket, but Haiken stepped in to stop him. Ida got annoyed and called him a coward for being afraid of some Chinese punks. Haiken ignored the insult, insisting these guys were way more dangerous than they looked. He made it clear that he wanted a clean, one-shot victory. Matsushima appeared at the door and asked how exactly he planned to get that one-shot win. The two rivals immediately dropped their attitudes and greeted him with respect. The old man kindly asked him to share his plan. Haiken explained that for the next 2 days, they would work on completely draining the enemy's physical and mental energy. Once they are exhausted, we strike. Since the info was leaked back home, I am betting they will be sending backup soon. Matsushima kept questioning his strategy. Haiken replied firmly that the top priority was securing the bioweapon serum safely. Whether Hanem lived or died did not even matter right now. The old man seemed satisfied with that answer and told him it was a good plan. Still, Matsushima wanted to finish them off for good. He suggested killing them as soon as they got the serum. Haiken did not agree yet and asked for permission to investigate the 3 Chinese men first to see what they were up to. Ida mocked him for being a coward. He bragged that his sword style would be the one to finish everyone off. Fast forward to 8 a.m. at the Hakone Hot Springs. The 3 of them were relaxing in the water while Lai Tu started joking around. He told Brother Trang that the Japanese really knew how to live, pointing out all the beautiful girls nearby. Wang Trang told him to stop looking at girls and focus on the mission. Lai Tu quickly swore that his sister-in-law's safety was the most important thing on his mind. They had no idea Ida was watching them silently from the shadows. He stared at them for a while with a dark smile, already planning how he was going to end their lives. At that exact moment, a sniper had Hanam right in his sights. He waited behind the bushes for the perfect shot. When the time was right, he pulled the trigger, sending a bright spark flying through the air. Surprisingly, the bullet missed and shattered a glass panel on the wall instead. Everyone at the hot springs started screaming and scrambled to find a place to hide. The sniper was shocked but figured it was just bad luck. He decided to target Wang Trang next. But before he could even move, someone came out of nowhere and delivered a massive kick that sent him flying backward and crashing to the ground. Before he could react, he was pinned down. Taking him out in just 2 moves left, the attacker feeling disappointed. Wang Trang told him to be careful, but this was way too easy. He admitted he thought the guy would be tougher. If he knew he was this weak, he would not have wasted his energy. Meanwhile, down below, Ida approached with his sword drawn. He unsheathed his blade and swung at Wang Zheng, ready to end him. But out of nowhere, something struck the sword and snapped it in half. He stared at the broken blade in total disbelief. Turns out, sensing danger, the man vanished into thin air instantly. Li Tu was shaking with fear and asked why the guy they brought along liked playing with fire so much. Wang Zheng was confused and asked why he thought they were playing with fire. He ranted about how the boss's men could have easily taken out the sniper much earlier. He was frustrated that they let things get so out of control. Instead, they let that jerk fire a shot right at them. He tried to calm everyone down, admitting he had no idea what Tay Quiet was actually thinking back there. Hearing that, Li Xiaobal's even louder, blubbering about that Yu Yan chick. Like, does she seriously need a samurai sword at our throats before she pulls the trigger? So annoying. Once he chills out, Wang Zheng gestures toward the hot spring with a smirk. Dope view, right? Be a real shame if someone trashed it. Li Xiao stops crying instantly, eyes lighting up. True that. We didn't bust our butts getting here for nothing. We gotta go out with a bang, right? Hanam grins, totally down for the chaos. 10 minutes later, the squad gets the signal. They swarm in like a pack of wolves, ready to stir up some serious trouble. This is gonna be huge. Wang Zheng is loving it, barking orders like a boss. All around the baths, nasty brown liquid is leaking everywhere across the floor. Seeing everything set, he gives a sharp hand signal. It is go time. A bullet screams through the air, faster than a heartbeat, slamming straight into the gas line. The impact lets out a deafening, ear-piercing screech that rattles your teeth. Massive flames erupt, swallowing the whole resort in a fiery hellscape. He enjoys the show for a second before turning back. Show is over. Let us move. We have got bigger fish to fry. Back at the hideout, old man Mu Fu sips his tea like a refined villain. He looks at Heiken and asks coolly Kawasaki-kun, sending Inamoto to mess with Han Nam. Was that your idea? The guy won't admit it, just talks in circles. Inamoto-kun is a patriot. He did what he felt was best for the nation. But the old man isn't buying the act. Listen, Kawasaki-kun, this is about national security. Stop playing games and think long and hard about your next move. Mu Fu stands up, dropping a cold, final threat. This is your last warning. Don't screw this up for yourself. Heiken slumps into his chair, visibly shaken. He grits his teeth, whispering to himself that he can't afford to wait any longer. Across town, Hanam's phone starts buzzing. He stares at the screen, then picks up. A man's voice chuckles on the other end. Damn, you Chinese people sure know how to make an entrance, don't you? He is not sweating it like before. Too kind. When is the trade? Heiken snaps back, knowing the clock is ticking. The vibe inside the car gets heavy real fast, like the air just turned to lead. When the clock hits 0, their car rolls slowly into the Yokohama Mikiju factory. Li Xiao is gripping the steering wheel so hard his knuckles are white. You sure this is the spot? Hanam nods grimly. Gotta be. Just keep driving straight in. They park and step out into the quiet. Suddenly, a bullet shatters the car window, making the kid jump out of his skin. What the hell? They are already shooting at us? Realizing it is a scare tactic, he snaps. Screw this. Is this how you treat guests? High above them, Heiken and a row of thugs with heavy hardware look down, trying to act all intimidating. There is an old saying back in your country, always welcome friends from afar with joy. So, tell me, you boys liking this little welcome party we threw for you? Hanam tunes out the trash talk. Where is my wife? The guy just smirks and points behind them. Relax, man. She is right over there, healthy as can be. The trio turns around and gasps. She's dangling from a rescue crane dozens of feet in the air. Even a tough woman like Huang then is terrified, her eyes pleading for help. Hanam loses it, shouting up to her, Hang on, Huang Fan, I am here. Don't be scared, baby. She forces a shaky smile and nods her head over and over. Yes. Yeah, I'm okay. He turns back to the bastards, let her down, and I give you the sample. Heiken shakes his head. I need to see the goods first, pal. Hanam pulls it out, voice low. Here it is, now release her. But Heiken's not done playing. Not so fast. I gotta inspect the merchandise. How do I know you're not handing me junk? Once I'm sure it's the real deal, then and only then will I let your little wife go. Hanam knows exactly what this snake is planning. No way. Not happening. Heiken sighs, acting like he is being the nice guy here. Fine, fine. Let us find a middle ground. Looks like we are at a standstill. Why don't we both give a little? Then the old fox reveals his real scheme, pointing right at Wang Zheng. I will let your wife go now, but while I am checking the goods, I need this kid as a hostage. Once I have verified the sample, you're all free to walk. Hanam doesn't even hesitate. Absolutely not. Forget it. Heiken shrugs like his hands are tied. Well, then we have got nothing to talk about. Seeing the dead end, Wang Zheng pats Han Nam's shoulder. Chill, man. They can't touch me. Don't worry about it. Han Nam still looks torn, but Wang, the kid, cuts him off. Stop worrying like a little old lady. Just head back home first. Once I am out, we are grabbing drinks and getting wasted together. The villain's patience is wearing thin. You done talking yet? Wang Zheng looks him dead in the eye. I am in. Let Huang then go. Hook, line, and sinker. Heiken shouts to his goons, let the woman go. The crane slowly lowers Huang then to the ground. At the same time, two guards with guns move in and start escorting the kid inside. Wang Zheng goes quietly, playing along for now. Meanwhile, at a peaceful villa across town, the sun is shining on a normal morning. Thi is lounging inside, munching on chips with a worried look on her face. Thin Phi walks in after a shower and notices her mood. What you thinking about? She sighs, looking totally bummed out. Just Wang Zheng. It has been forever since we heard from him. Wonder where he is at? Thin Phi sits down and tries to cheer her up. Still, nothing from the guys tracking him. She shakes her head and snaps. Those losers? They couldn't find their own shadows. Totally useless. Back at the factory, Heiken pretends to be polite. Wait here a second. I will be back. Without waiting for an answer, he walks off. Wang Zheng just watches his back with a smirk. All right, let the real show begin. In a flash, he is behind the two guards, hitting their pressure points before they can even blink. They drop like rocks. Wang Zheng doesn't waste a second, pulling the pins and tossing a couple of grenades forward. The impact triggers a massive explosion, blowing a few of those hired thugs straight to Kingdom Come. The survivors scramble as a figure with a sword jumps over the fence. One of the guards freezes, his eyes wide with shock. Wait, why are you back here? Mitsui Junichi. He doesn't give a straight answer, just gives off a creepy vibe. What is the matter? Not happy to see me? Watching them bicker from the sidelines, Wang Zheng just grins. Internal drama? This is perfect. Right then, Minhao pulls up to the gate in a massive truck. He shouts out with a big grin. Hey, old friend. It has been a long time. Seconds later, the thick steel doors are blasted open. Li Xiao comes charging into the enemy's nest, flooring the gas pedal like he is riding a wild stallion into battle. He is not holding back. The car flies through the new opening. Someone yells, shoot the tires, stop them. But Min Hao has it covered. He aims a massive cannon and laughs. Say hi to the devil for me, boys. Heiken finally gets his hands on the bioweapon and grins like a maniac. Perfect. I have got the goods. Let those idiots kill each other while I make my getaway. His assistant isn't having it and cuts him off. Matsushima will understand. Let's just hit the back exit and head to HQ. Outside, Wang Zheng is standing in the middle of a literal 75-kilogram bloodbath. What brings you here? Junichi lowers his sword, his voice cold. I am here to settle a debt. They barely get 2 words out before a blade comes screaming toward them through the air. Wang Zheng reacts instantly, flipping backward as the blade slams into the pavement. Sparks and gravel fly everywhere as it embeds itself deep into the ground. After that near miss, Van Vu crashes through a glass window above, trash-talking before he even hits the floor. He lands and stares them both down. All right, who is this guy supposed to be? This whole situation is getting way too messy for Wang Zheng. Junichi isn't backing down, though, stepping forward to claim his prize. Back off. These guys are my fight, not yours. Ask and you shall receive. Just as he finishes his sentence, a mob of goons arrives to satisfy his thirst for a fight. Wang Zheng knows how to keep things spicy. As things heat up, he leads his crew to a better vantage point, relocating the party, not running away. Once surrounded, he starts trash-talking. Yo, let's see who can take down more of these invaders. What do you say? Shenwu isn't one to back down and agrees on the spot, more than happy to join the game. Wang Zheng is prepping for a full-on massacre, but he has no clue he is already dead center in his sniper's sights. A cold bullet grazes his face, leaving a stinging trail of blood across his left cheek. Wang Zheng snaps into high alert, pressing his back against the wall. Great, they even brought a sniper. Shenwu sees it all and can't resist a little jab. 1 second you're challenging me, and the next you're hiding like a turtle in its shell. Realizing the situation is turning south, he asks for his rival's input. So, genius, what's the plan? How exactly are we going to deal with these guys? Wang Zheng gives a cryptic response, clearly having a backup plan. He whips out a walkie-talkie from nowhere to call for help. Hey there, gorgeous, I could really use a hand. It's time to step up and show them what you've got. You in or what? Wu Yan's voice flows through the radio. You've got a sniper at your 12 o'clock, and another 150 meters to the east of his current position. He gets impatient listening to her chatter. My dear lady, why don't you use those pretty hands of yours to take them out? Before he can even finish his sentence, she answers with a rapid succession of gunshots. Still gripping her smoking weapon, Wu Yan doesn't even flinch as she delivers the final word. It's done. Shen Wu is left speechless by her insane speed and efficiency. He stammers out in total shock. Wait, what? Are you serious? You're telling me it's already over? Just like that? Wang Zheng sees him looking like a confused tourist and decides to brag even more. What did you expect? Not far away, Ming Hao joins the party by launching a piping hot explosive shell into the mix. The powerful blast sends the whole crowd flying into the air, roasting them in the intense heat. Hearing the reinforcements arrive, Wang Zheng and his buddy quickly make their escape. Halfway there, a sleek black car suddenly cuts them off. Someone on Ming Hao's side hears the car door slam shut behind them and silently clenches their fists, ready for whatever happens next. He confidently floors it, and the car tears away from the battlefield at top speed. Once they've put some serious distance behind them, Wang Zheng finally turns to him with a question. So, why exactly did you decide to tag along? Shen Wu ignores the question and makes a random observation instead. You guys are something else, just leaving a woman back there like that. He wags a finger like he's some kind of expert on the opposite sex. Rule number 1, never underestimate a woman. Somewhere out of sight, Wu Yan cradles her gun and lets out a soft snort, proving his point. Shen Wu rolls his eyes. After being in the car for a while, he finally remembers to ask where they are going. Wang Zheng smirks and gives a vague answer. Obviously, we're going to catch a show. He fidgets with the knife in his palm before speaking up with some clear hesitation. Once things are settled here, I am coming for you. I took a job, and I am going to finish it. Wang Zheng is annoyed and tries to talk sense into this blockhead. That guy, Tianyan, is just using you like a tool. Are you really going to just let him do that? Or maybe you think beating me will make you feel like a winner? Regardless, Haiken's car soon comes to a screeching halt in front of a massive skyscraper. The air around the place is eerily quiet. He enters the room and bows low, presenting the prize with both hands. Master Matsushima, we have secured the biological warfare serum. Mufu takes the glass vial and issues a new set of instructions. Excellent work, Kawasaki-kun. Now, tell me, what about those people from China? I want them dead, right here and now. The man quickly updates him on the situation. Master, there's no need for us to interfere. They are already tearing each other apart. He doesn't care for the locals, but he is surprisingly good at using their local idioms. I never put my faith in others, Kawasaki-kun. You were useless during this mission, so I am stripping you of your command immediately. Haiken bows even lower, panicked and begging for mercy. Master Matsushima, please, give me one more chance. Mufu turns his back and offers a cold bit of charity. Fine, but consider this your absolute last chance. He leaves the office with a burning determination like he's just been given a shot of adrenaline. Thank you, Master. It's victory or death for me. In a remote area, there's a villa tucked away deep in the woods. Wang Zheng approaches Junichi and whispers some psychological bait into his ear. Why don't you just cut ties with them once and for all? Kikan and his 500 subordinates draw their blades, ready for a fight. Using his status, he starts lecturing him. You traitorous rat, you actually dare to show your face here? None of you are walking out of here alive. After lighting the fuse, Wang Zheng just shakes his head, acting all sad. Seriously, what a mess you've made. Shen Wu is completely floored by how thick-skinned this guy is. You're so fake. Is this the big show you were talking about? Wang Zheng stands there posing and admits it. Yep, that's the one. Ming Hao, clutching his knife, suddenly appears by his side out of nowhere. One day, we're going to march right into the main manor just like this. In a rare moment of quiet agreement, he simply nods. Definitely. Shen Wu is confused by their cryptic conversation and asks why. Wang Zheng loses his patience and gives a vague brush-off. You'll find out later. Right now, I am really not in the mood to explain everything to you. He suddenly stands up straight and gives a serious warning. Tianyan is my friend. If you can't give me a reason that actually makes sense, then I am still going to have to stand against you. He isn't afraid of anyone, but he knows how to prioritize. Once we are out of here, we can settle our score. But right now, our main mission is to level this place. While everyone else is busy arguing, the Junichi brothers have already drawn their swords, ready to tear each other to pieces. Their weapons only clash a few times, but the moment his opponent leaves an opening, he strikes. He takes the chance and slices Kiken's arm clean off. Junichi looks at the scratch on his arm, which is barely more than a cat's graze, and coldly declares the fight over. You lost. Sanzuk appears out of nowhere and starts criticizing him. Mitsui Junichi, I have to admit, you really are a genius. But unfortunately, that is not going to be enough. Ming Hao whispers that the final boss has finally arrived. If I didn't have a gun, I wouldn't stand a chance against this old guy. Wang Zheng gets curious and offers another option. Well, what if you did have a gun? He thinks it over for a second, but doesn't want to brag. 70% chance. Wang Zheng realizes this isn't a great bet for his friend, so he decides to step in himself. Fine then, I guess I am the only one who can take him on. While Sanzuk is swinging his sword, ready to teach his rebellious nephew a lesson, Wang Zheng pipes up. Hey there, old man Yamoto. You see an old friend show up and you don't even say hello? You are too busy trying to slice everyone up, aren't you? He is annoyed by this pest getting in the way and comes to a sudden stop. Sansuke knows this guy never brings anything but trouble, so he immediately shuts him down. Wang Zheng, every time you come, it's never for anything good. He looks him in the eye and teases. Seems like you're not exactly convinced, are you? Both of them know exactly what the other is capable of, so he tries to stay composed. He spins the gun in his hand and gives a cocky answer. It's nothing special. I just want to burn this whole place down. Driven crazy by his sheer shamelessness, Sanzu coldly draws his sword, ready for a fight to the death. You are incredibly arrogant. I am the Blade Saint. Do you really think I will let you get away with being this disrespectful? Wang Zheng doesn't care who he fights, young or old. If you are not happy about it, then let's go. Let's see if those old bones of yours can still hold up. Junichi, who had been silent this whole time, finally speaks up to play peacemaker. That's enough. Let's get out of here. He looks deep into his eyes, studying him for a long moment, before deciding to show some respect for once. Fine, let's head back. Once they are settled in the car, Junichi watches Ming Hao carefully bandage his wounds. It takes him a lot of effort to finally force out two simple words. Thank you. Wang Zheng, who's busy driving, glances back and makes a suggestion. I know it is eating you up inside, having to do things like this in your own home country. When we leave this time, you can choose to return to China or go somewhere else. Without a single moment of hesitation, he gives his answer. I am going back. He already expected that reaction. Out on the open highway, a single white car tears down the road at full speed. Li Xiao grips the wheel of his bullet-ridden car, worrying about someone much stronger than himself. I wonder how things are going on Brother Zheng's side. Han Nam has seen enough of the world to know exactly what is up. Don't worry, he is perfectly fine. Knowing Wang Zheng's skills, those foreign guys should consider themselves lucky if he doesn't torture them all to death before he is finished. Regardless of what they are feeling, the car doesn't slow down as it hits the next turn. The escape is in full swing, and there is no stopping now. The car chase takes a deadly turn as Lai Tu faces a sudden crisis, but in that exact moment, a mysterious figure drops from the sky. He smashes through the glass with insane speed and delivers a brutal kick straight to the truck driver's neck. Talk about a grand entrance. The driver loses it and the truck clips our car's bumper. Our hero slams the gas pedal, dodging the wreck just in time. He's officially clear of that massive out-of-control metal beast. After a long sprint, he finally catches his breath. Meanwhile, over at the beach, a pack of suits shows up. Their leader starts barking orders, totally ruining the peaceful vibe of the ocean. That car vanished right around here. Search the area and find them. We cannot let those two get away. Our guy is just chilling in his boxers when he spots the heat. He knows they are in trouble. We cannot let them see us like this, he says. His partner in the tiny bikini just stands there, totally stuck. Before she can even finish her sentence, he lunges forward to shield her. Look, we have to hide. Just play along, okay? She reluctantly wraps her arms around his neck, her face turning bright red. I am never working another mission with you again, you total creep, she snaps. He just shrugs it off like it is nothing. Fine by me, whatever you say. They start acting like a couple in love right there on the sand. Amazingly, the goons walk right past them without a second look. They stay locked together until the men in black finally disappear. Once the coast is clear, she is annoyed. Now what? Just sit here and bake in the sun all day? He tells her to relax and recover. If we do not, those guys from the other side are going to hunt us down for sure. He stands up and checks his gear. Let's move. The rest of the team is waiting for us. The duo treks through the heat and arrives at a building on the main road. They are both wearing heavy disguises, looking exactly like celebrities trying to dodge a swarm of hungry paparazzi. They take a few steps when a voice stops them cold. Ketty is right there, giving them a look. Our guy asks what she is doing here. She just laughs at the dumb question. Duh! I am here for the fight, obviously. He reaches for his weapon, but keeps his cool. Look, I really do not want to fight you right now. Can we just skip the drama? Ketty points to a massive guy appearing behind him. Not my call, ask him. Dong Tung is standing there with a cold blade, looking ready to kill. You are not going anywhere today, he growls. Realizing things are about to get messy, he pushes his partner away. Get out of here. I am the one they want. But she will not budge, screaming that she cannot just leave him there to die alone. He loses his cool and aims his gun at her. Shut up and go. That is a direct order. She finally bails, and he turns back to the killers. The man who can take me down has not been born yet. Dong Tung slams a smoke bomb onto the ground, and a thick purple cloud fills the air. He thinks he has trapped our hero, so he charges in for the kill. Too bad for him, our guy pulled a classic vanishing act using the 36 strategy of the art of war. By the time the smoke clears, he is long gone. Ketty just sighs and tells her partner not to worry. I set a trap. He will not get far. He teleports straight back to the highway. Before he can even catch his breath, he jumps in front of a taxi. With a bit of cash as motivation, the driver floored it. But they do not get far before an old man named Bin blocks the entire road. The old man stands there like a stone wall, forcing the driver to swerve onto the sidewalk. The driver loses his mind, screaming at the old guy if he has got a death wish or something. Bin does not say a word. He just slams his fist onto the hood of the car to show he is not playing. Our hero steps out of the taxi with a smug grin. So, what is the plan? Are they really out of soldiers, sending a one-armed man to do a pro's job? The old man just grunts, clearly offended by the trash talk. Our guy cracks his knuckles and keeps poking the bear. Aren't you afraid I will break your other arm too? If I do that, you will be totally useless. You sure about this? The old man snaps and lunges through the air. Die, you little brat. But our hero just parries the kick like it is nothing. He looks at the old guy with total contempt. Are you actually underestimating me? The old man lands and immediately goes for a low sweep. He is trying to take our hero's legs out with a direct strike. It looks like a heavy hit is coming his way. He watches the move and jumps into the fray. You think you can bully me? No way. He leaps high, and before the old man can react, he delivers a brutal knee strike. How's that for a greeting? Hey, old man, how does that iron taste? Bin is in so much pain he can barely even grunt a response. Right in front of him, our guy unstraps the heavy metal weights from his legs. It turns out that was just the warm-up. He tosses them aside and gets serious. Now the real fight begins. He focuses all his power and launches himself back into the air. Once he is at the perfect distance, he lets loose. But he is not done yet. He catches the old man off guard with a lightning-fast punch right to the face. Take that. He grabs the guy's sleeve to keep the beatdown going. As the old man stumbles forward, he gets a knee straight to the gut. After a final flurry of strikes, the old guy is finished on the ground. Our hero looks down and smiles. Feeling better now? Just as it is ending, Min Hao finally shows up. Am I late for the party? Our hero points his gun at the old man's head. Nah, you are just in time for the grand finale. But before he can pull the trigger, a mysterious figure blurs past. A master should not die, such a pathetic death. A voice echoes through the air, then the figure vanishes. A wave of pure danger hits, and our guy spins around. Who was there? In that split second of distraction, the old man is already dead in a pool of blood. His friend screams in terror. Who the hell was that? He wants to know too, but there is no time. That is someone we definitely do not want to mess with. Meanwhile, at a nearby garden, a teacup falls and shatters into a million tiny pieces. The guy sitting there jumps up, worried. Grandfather, are you okay? The old man just stares at his hands and mutters that he has a very bad feeling about all of this. 3 days later, Min Hao is in the passenger seat and finally asks the big question. Are we really doing this? Our hero keeps his eyes on the road. Of course. What else? Things are getting really heated now, and if we do not make a move, everything is going to blow up in our faces. Suddenly, the phone buzzes. He hands it over to his friend to check the screen. Min Hao starts smirking. You really want me to read this message out loud? Do not leave me hanging, man. Just read the message. What does it say? Min Hao does his best girl voice, sounding smoother than a lounge singer. I am in the country. I will be back in 3 days. I am counting on you. Our guy slams the brakes, and the tires scream against the pavement. Min Hao flies forward, and the phone goes sailing. He quickly grabs it and hands it back to the guy who is now grinning like an idiot. It is from Minky, and she is finally coming home to us. After catching his breath, he starts teasing him. Captain, you really are one lucky guy, aren't you? Meanwhile, I am still single and lonely over here. Our guy is glued to his screen, barely listening. Want me to set you up with someone? Then he quickly sends a text to Minky. I am coming home right now. I do not want to wait another minute. Min Hao waits a bit before finally remembering to ask the guy face down on the steering wheel. Captain, are we actually getting a real vacation once we get home? The captain mumbles a maybe through the engine roar. Suddenly, Shiju is blowing up his phone with nonstop calls. He checks it and instantly recognizes that raspy voice. I am on Yokohama Road. The captain locks in, losing his chill. We are heading your way right now. The mood in the car flips instantly. Min Hao peels out. That black car screams down the empty road, carrying a whole lot of heavy drama inside. A cloud of dust from the car hits Mu Fu right in the face. He has been standing there watching them the whole time. His face is a wrinkled mess. Shiju says the gear is ready. Wang Zheng nods and says, let us move right now. But then, he stops mid-step as a voice sneers from behind. Leaving so soon, I have not even had a chance to show you my hospitality yet. Mu Fu creeps forward with a fake smile. Wang Zheng is fuming. Shut it and fight. I am here for blood, not talk. Just make your move. Before his temper totally explodes, Wang Zheng turns to his crew for a final command. You two stay put. This one is all mine. He spins, launches himself into the air, and goes full action movie. He is aiming a massive strike right at Mu Fu's head. Killer instincts kick in. The old man counters fast. Wang Zheng dodges and talks smack. Your Matsushima style is okay, but you are still a total scrub compared to me. Fighting through the sharp pain, the old man refuses to back down or show any mercy. You think I showed up here alone? My guys have had this whole road surrounded for a long time. That is the signal. Bullets fly everywhere. Minha dives into the car, panicking. Why are we still here? Captain just says stay calm and wait. Outside, Mu Fu starts rambling to himself as his voice gets weaker. Let us see how long you people can actually last. He is shaking. He gasps out his final words before hitting the cold dirt. The bullets stop. Wang Zheng steps out of the car calmly. Does not matter when I poisoned you. What matters is I made it myself. You should feel honored to die by my hand. Paralyzed, the old man stares at his boots. You sneaky brat. Wang Zheng just laughs at his enemy's pathetic and miserable state. Thanks for the compliment. Now, have a nice trip to the afterlife. Seeing the enemy gone is a huge weight off. Go home first, guys. I still have some personal business to finish up here. Minha is not having it. No way. We stick together. But the captain shuts him down. You gotta go back and watch the home front. That hits a nerve. Minha stammers, worried about leaving his leader alone in this dangerous mess. Seeing him hesitate, the captain literally kicks him toward the car. I've handled worse than this everywhere. Get your butt home. Time flies. Suddenly, he is at the beach. Finally, some peace and quiet. Then some mysterious guy walks up like a professional hitman. He just stares, his brain trying to process who this random dude is. He jumps back, ready to fight. Who sent you? The guy adjusts his mask. Just call me slave. It is all you need. You do not need to know anything else. To me, you are already a corpse. Then he lunges forward with his strike. No way he is just taking that. He hurls a knife back. Slave, huh? Let us see who is really pulling your strings. The blade clips the mask. It shatters, revealing a face so stunningly beautiful it stops the whole fight for a second. He is shook. Wait, you are the great senior. The guy just says that person is long gone. I am just a dog now. Seeing the nasty scars, he tries to speak, but the guy keeps swinging. You talk way too much, kid. He fights back with one hand, knife ready. But he gets kicked hard in the ribs. Your weak moves won't ever hurt me. He flies back and faceplants into the sand. Talk about a nasty dirt sandwich. He spits it out and screams, let us go. Meanwhile, some girl is watching the whole thing go down from a distance. She is just vibing, watching from the front row. If they are going to kill each other, I will just take the prize later. Round 30 and he is back in the sand. Before he can move, the masked guy approaches with some scary energy. Time for the secret move, crying like a baby. Eric Lai, I asked for your help ages ago. I am literally dying here and you are nowhere to be found. Eric Lai pops up with a roast. Wow, the great king of the East getting his butt kicked? Hilarious. The girl is stunned. The masked guy attacks during the distraction. He barely dodges and prepares to hit back hard. You think I am a punching bag? That is enough. He backs off, but the guy is already behind him. It is over. Out of options, he pulls his gun. You really underestimated me. I am the king of the East, remember that. His finger squeezes the trigger to save his own skin. The pain makes the guy snap. Pure adrenaline, he tosses the captain into the ocean. Die. He hits the water hard. Wang Tran is drowning, flashing back to all the girls from his past while waiting for a miracle. Meanwhile, over at the Blue Sea office, Min Kai is just staring blankly into space. She lets out a heavy sigh, whispering about her faceless fears. I thought I was finally heading back home. Still nothing? Min Kai hits a wall when her call goes straight to that cold, robotic voice. The number you have dialed is temporarily unavailable. Please try your call again later. Over at the villa, Tithi suddenly gets clumsy and shatters her water glass. Shards fly everywhere as she panics. Her heart skips a beat. She is hit with this sudden, heavy dread like something is about to go seriously wrong. 2 months later, in a cabin where the sun never seems to set, Kitty walks in, her voice sounding like a fresh spring day. Looking like you are making a pretty solid recovery. Huh. She gently feeds him the medicine, softly coaxing him. This is the very last bowl of the stuff. The rest is up to your own will to live. Wang Tran watches her take care of him, feeling something he cannot quite put into words. After a mental battle, he finally asks the question he has been holding back. Why did you save me? Kitty looks into his beautiful eyes and whispers 2 words. He thinks she is joking and tells her something important. If you are not talking, I will not pry. I have been here way too long and my people are going to worry. I am out of here. She stays silent, just grabbing his hand to stop him. Then she pulls the ultimate move. Are you willing to start a whole new life? Just you and me? Vuong Tran is caught off guard by her sweet scent. I want a quiet life too. Coming home to a warm meal and a family waiting for me. But that just is not in the cards for me. Feeling stung by the rejection, she goes for it and kisses him. Fine, then let us just make the most of right now. When a girl like that makes a move, you do not say no. His hands start working as they lose the clothes. That little cabin starts rocking as things get heated. Meanwhile, in North Beichu, Ninha is buried in a new design. Her face lights up after reading it. Vuong Tran, when I see you again, I am going to thank you properly. On a massive luxury yacht cutting through the waves, Kitty walks up to a staring Vuong Tran. Missing them already, are you? He keeps his eyes on the horizon, sounding pretty down. Yeah, maybe I am. Suddenly, Li Guangdop shows up. Vuong Tran snaps out of it and shields Kitty instantly. She smiles, seizing the moment to ask, so, what exactly am I to you? Vuong Tran dodges the question with a vague answer. Hanging out with random guys out here is dangerous. That was not the answer she wanted. So she just introduces herself. My name is Kitty, from the States. Li Guangdop is thrilled to meet her. I am Li Guangdop, from Poland. He does not hesitate to kiss her hand. It is a real pleasure to meet you. Out of nowhere, two guys jump out and start blasting. Vuong Tran narrows his eyes, recognizing them instantly. Did not expect to run into you guys here. One guy charges in for an attack, but Vuong Tran shuts him down. He disarms him with a flick of his wrist and delivers a nasty kick right to the dude's head. Watching him crawl on the floor, Vuong Tran cannot hide his contempt. You were supposed to be elite, now you are just common street thugs? Johnson sees his buddy go down and peeks out nervously. Who the hell even are you? He ignores the nonsense and demands the truth. You do not need to know who I am. Just tell me why you targeted him, or none of you are making it off this boat alive. Li Guangdop starts acting shaky, mumbling about the Sky Heart Diamond. Vuong Tran gets the picture and warns the thugs. This guy is with me now. Forget about the diamond. You are not getting it. Sail this ship back to China, and I might just let you live. But Johnson is terrified. He explains that this Sky Heart thing involves some heavy hitters. Neither of us should be messing with the people behind this. He leans in and whispers the details to him. Finally, Vuong Tran realizes who he is actually up against. Yeah, I am definitely no match for that guy. Even so, he gives Johnson a brutal kick. If he wants it, then I am definitely stealing it. Then he makes a bold claim. If he wants me, tell him to come find me. As for you guys, listen up if you want to stay alive. He gets the message and agrees. Fine. We will get this ship back to China in one piece. Vuong Tran kicks them out before he loses his cool. Get out of here. Li Guangdop is so happy he survived that he tries to hug and kiss him. Tran, you are my literal hero. Get off me, man. I am strictly into women. Later, they move to the ship's lounge to talk business. Vuong Tran cuts straight to the point. All right, tell me the deal with this Sky Heart Diamond. Li Guangdop is happy to spill the tea. The Sky Heart was found 20 years ago. It is a light blue diamond, and it is the only one like it in the world. It is worth a fortune. Tran knows the drill. Something that pricey must have a target on it. Li admits his family has been attacked over 20 times because of this single stone. He pulls off his left shoe and starts digging around in it. Turns out the heel has a secret compartment. Inside is the most dazzling diamond you have ever seen. Li Guangdop shows off his prize with total pride. See? Here it is. The real deal. Vuong Tran's eyes go wide when he sees the rock. But Li is a total flirt and hands it straight to Kitty. A gift for a beautiful lady. She does not mind at all, giving him a quick peck. The yacht keeps speeding toward China. Kitty stands out on the deck, getting all sentimental. I wonder what is going to happen the next time we cross paths. Vuong Tran gives her a cold truth. If we are enemies, I hope we never see each other again. They share a tight hug. A bit later, they are at a construction site by the harbor. Vuong Tran is getting annoyed that Li is following him everywhere. Why are you still tailing me? Li quickly tries to explain himself. You did not just save me, you are a local. I am here to invest, so obviously I am following you to find some clients. He looks around, curious. Why did you bring me to this place? Vuong Tran acts all mysterious, just checking out the local vibe. Suddenly, someone nearby starts screaming. This is bad. Something huge just went down. The workers are all riled up and shouting. Guys, those hang-thin jerks are back for more trouble. This happens every time. We need to teach them a lesson once and for all. He is curious about the commotion. Let us go see what the fuss is. Li Hao struts up, puffing on a cigarette. Get your manager out here now, or I am wrecking this whole place. Vuong Tran is already annoyed. What is the deal? Who is this clown acting so tough? Vu Kai looks worried. Hang Thin lost a land deal to our boss, so they hired these thugs to start a riot. 3 days ago, that punk with the cigarette gave us an ultimatum. If our crew didn't leave by now, they would use force to kick us out. He waited around, and when no one budged, he started a riot. He said we chose the hard way, then ordered his goons to attack. Suddenly, a luxury car pulls up. Someone steps out and tells Li Hao to quit acting like a tough guy. Lu Van tried to use his power to make us roll over, but the crew wasn't having it. They stood up and shouted back, asking if he really thought $200 was worth throwing away their own livelihoods. Lu Van just stood there with a smug grin, waving a stack of cash in our faces. "Fine, 5,000 then," he said. "Plus, you can all come work for our company instead." Li Hao gave him a big thumbs up, calling it a genius move, but the crowd just told him where to shove it. He got cocky since he has backup and dared anyone to say it again, threatening to crush them. Suddenly, a bag comes flying out of nowhere and zips through the air. It landed a direct hit, sending Li Hao sprawling. Seeing his man get dropped, Lu Van stepped up and demanded to know which one of us had the guts to do that. Wang Zheng slowly emerged from the crowd, looking totally unfazed. He smirked and told the young master that it hadn't been that long, yet he had already grown such a big pair. Lu Van's face twisted in anger as he recognized him. But Wang Zheng just stood there with insane confidence, challenging him to show whatever pathetic skills he had managed to pick up lately. Lu Van wasn't about to look weak in front of his men. He barked an order to his goons to take him down. They charged in a frenzy, swinging iron bars like lunatics. But in a split second, Wang Zheng slipped right through their line. He went straight for the boss, Lu Van. When the guy tried to land a kick, Wang Zheng caught his leg midair. He swept him off his feet, sending him crashing down hard. Nothing but amateur hour garbage. Then he grabbed Lu Van by the hair and yanked his head back, his voice dropping to a dangerous growl. Lu Van managed to squirm away for a second, spitting on the ground in total defiance. Wang Zheng snapped, warning him he was playing a dangerous game. He wanted to know if messing with this construction site was his own stupid idea or if his father was actually behind it. At the mention of his dad, the guy flinched. Wang Zheng didn't waste another second. He slammed the guy's head into the dirt and told him it was clearly his old man's fault. He told him to go back and say he would be visiting headquarters tonight. He clutched his forehead in pain but still tried to act tough, telling him not to get too cocky. Wang Zheng wasn't intimidated by anyone and just laughed, saying he would be waiting for them. Finally, Li Hao had to drag him away, letting everyone finally have some peace. Their car roared to life, spitting out a thick cloud of exhaust as they peeled out of there. The workers swarmed Wang Zheng to thank him. They called him a beast and promised that if those punks ever showed their faces again, they would beat them so hard they would be crying for their mamas. He laughed and threw an arm around them, making sure they were all okay. He told them those losers wouldn't be back and to go get some dinner. Everyone cheered and agreed, shouting that they had chased off the cowards and it was time to eat. Li Wanda watched the whole thing and was pretty curious. He remarked that the way they handled business in this city seemed a little bit messy. Wang Zheng just shrugged and said there are bad eggs everywhere. Where there is sun, there is a shadow. Just then, Nat Bin rushed over in his car, apologizing profusely. He said he had no idea the boss was coming and felt bad for the late welcome. Wang Zheng's mood flipped instantly. He coldly told the man to skip the formalities because he only had one thing to say to him. If any more problems popped up at this project, he told him he could just pack his bags and get out. The man bowed his head in terror, sweating like he was in a sauna. He promised it would never happen again and begged the boss to trust him. He decided to let it slide for now and moved on to his next task. He ordered a car to be ready because he was heading over to Kim Lam. Elsewhere, inside the Hang Thin Group headquarters, then Bang was busy hosting a VIP. He bragged that international groups were just empty shells and couldn't win on his turf. Suddenly, the door was kicked open, shattering the quiet atmosphere. Wang Zheng marched inside and greeted the man loudly. He said hello to the head of the Dong family. Then Bang looked completely stunned and asked who they were. He did not hesitate for a second and walked straight to an empty chair at the table. He noted that they were just talking about him. As soon as Wang Zheng sat down, all the other big shots suddenly remembered they had somewhere else to be. He stayed calm and asked Boss Dong if he always acted this important. The man didn't back down and said he was just telling the truth. Suddenly, his phone started ringing off the hook. When he answered, his face went pale. He screamed, asking how his son could have ended up with an acute concussion. He finally put the pieces together and looked at him with suspicion. He asked if he was the one who beat up his son, then suggested that if he was already there, they should have a serious talk. Wang Zheng gave him a look of pure disgust. He told him there was nothing to talk about, which left then Bang feeling completely rattled. Then, he stood up aggressively, grabbed a wine bottle off the table, and threw it with everything he had. He said he absolutely hated talking to thugs. Because he moved so fast, the man took the hit right in the middle of his face. Blood started pouring out, staining his hands red. Wang Tran stayed calm after the hit and gave an order. If he wanted to cooperate, he would have to transfer that new land in Kim Lam for free. Then Bang looked like he was about to explode. He slammed his hand on the table and yelled, asking what kind of messed up deal this was. He told him to forget it or he would call the cops. Wang Tran used his authority to set the record straight. He said if the man didn't agree, he wouldn't force him. But he warned him that if he wanted him dead, the man wouldn't live to see another day. After that, he and his partner quickly turned around and walked out of the room. Then Bang sat alone. It was 9:30 p.m. at Minky's office. She stood there staring out the window, lost in thought. She felt like things were finally moving in the right direction. Just as she was thinking, there was a knock at the door. She paused for a second before finally telling them to come in. The door opened and Wang Tran's handsome face slowly came into view, looking better than ever. Minky's cheeks turned bright red when she saw him. She told him he was finally back. He quickly caught her in his arms and asked if she had been exhausted lately. She finally let out all her stress, and tears started rolling down her face. She whispered that she just wanted to go home. Suddenly, the scene shifts to a dim bedroom. Wang Tran gently carried her in his arms like a princess. Minky asked softly how long he was staying in the capital this time. He looked at her tenderly and said he wasn't leaving again. He sat her down on the bed and gave her a deep kiss. They grew more and more intimate until Minky could barely catch her breath. Wang Tran held her close, telling her how much he missed her and how hard she had worked. Soon, the morning sun began to peek into every corner. Duong Dan appeared at the airport with an intense aura. He looked closely at the bounty notice in his hand, getting ready for the hunt. He told himself that this money was as good as his. Meanwhile, at the luxury villa, Thi Thi happily shared some news, saying that Han Tin was coming home tomorrow. Thin Phi was also looking forward to it, saying it had been way too long since they saw her. Suddenly, Thi Thi got a mischievous look. Thin Phi immediately flicked her forehead and told her to stop talking nonsense. Fifi just laughed and asked if she missed Wang Tran's little pet or not. Thin Phi finally caught on and grabbed her sister to shut her up. They kept playing around and giggling. Right then, a hand gently pushed the door open. Wang Zheng shows up and the vibe instantly flips. Seeing two girls wrestling, he is like, "Yo, is this your weird way of saying welcome back?" Thi Thi lunges forward in a total rush, while Sheng Fei just laughs from the back. "Thi Thi, why are you even more excited than me?" Right then, Wang Zheng goes full simp mode, eyes scanning her whole body. "Damn, you are dressed a little bold today, aren't you?" Thi Thi looks down and realizes her dress strap slipped. Panic mode activated. Embarrassment turns to straight rage as she starts swinging at him. "Why the hell didn't you call us? You have been ghosting us this whole time." Suddenly, her eyes shift and she clings to Sheng Fei. Wang Zheng is standing there looking totally confused. Wait, what is going on? This is definitely not how the script was supposed to go. He mutters to himself, wondering if his legendary charm has finally run out. Thi Thi hears every single word and turns away in total disgust. "You thick-skinned, thirsty creep. How can you be so obsessed with yourself? You are literally the king of narcissism." The sisters head back to their rooms, but Fi has to throw one last jab. That guy was gone forever and he comes back acting like he does not even care. Sheng Fei just sighs. "Whatever, it is late, just go to sleep." Fi nods, acting like she gets it, but she is still salty as hell. Sheng Fei pushes the door open to leave, but stops to give Thi Thi one last warning. "Look, I do not care if you talk to him, just do not lose your cool first. I am going to bed." Thi Thi shyly agrees, but inside her room, her heart is racing like a chaotic group chat at 2 in the morning. That thirsty dog. He saw everything. If I do not get a look back, it is a total loss on my part. She paces back and forth, restless as hell, while the clock on the wall ticks by painfully slow. Who knows what time it is, but Wang Zheng is outside her door with his eyes wide open. He knocks and waits, but it is dead silent inside. His pride is taking a serious hit. That happy vibe gets crushed instantly like a bucket of cold water to the face. He looks totally annoyed. No way. Is she seriously already asleep this early? One last spark of hope makes him throw out a test. Fine, I will just go find Sheng Fei to talk about the meaning of life then. Thi Thi has her ear pressed to the door. Thinking he is gone, she cracks the door open to peek out. As soon as she peeks, she runs right into him. He quickly blocks her path with a massive grin and starts acting all casual. "What are you doing? Scared I'm gonna eat you?" He uses his size to crowd her space and wiggle his way into the room. Thi Thi bites her lip to keep from laughing. "Hey, what are you doing?" Suddenly, her nightgown strap snaps out of nowhere. Was it cheap fabric or just bad luck? Gravity does its thing, and Thi Thi ends up showing way too much skin. Wang Zheng is trying his best to look away before his brain melts. The dress slides down and gets tangled in her feet. Her balance completely glitches out and she starts to fall. Wang Zheng does not even think. He goes full hero mode and reaches out to catch her. Careful. He wanted to be a hero, but his hands land somewhere they definitely should not have. Now he looks like a total pervert. But man, that feeling? It was almost worth the trouble. Thi has never dealt with someone this shameless. Her brain literally short-circuits and her face turns bright red. She loses it, wraps herself in a blanket like a giant angry burrito, and screams at him. Get out. Now! Something in his head snaps. He just flops onto the bed and starts acting like some weird master philosopher. This just makes her even angrier. Her sweet voice turns into a low, terrifying growl as she glares at him. Get out. Get out right now. Wang Zheng jumps up, looking for the nearest exit. Okay. I am leaving. He is embarrassed and full of regret as he quietly slides away from the total disaster he created. After that epic fail, Wang Zheng has nowhere to go but to bother Sheng Fei. You awake? She has no idea what just went down, but she's nice enough to call out from inside. Come in. Sheng Fei fixes her hair and takes a deep breath. Summer in Blue Sea is almost over. The new designs are finished and looking good, so things have been pretty chill lately. Suddenly, she remembers something and has to update him immediately. Oh yeah, Xiaoye is coming back tomorrow noon. Wang Zheng instantly shifts into gossip mode. Han Tingye, that brat is actually coming back home? Feeling exhausted, Sheng Fei cuts the deep talk short. She has about 20 days off to visit family. I need to crash. I have to go pick her up in the morning. He stops teasing and makes a grateful exit. Go to sleep then, and try not to dream about me. Next morning, Wang Zheng puts on an apron and brings breakfast to TT's door. Hey, beautiful. I made a special apology breakfast just for you. The door opens at a snail's pace, waking up the sleeping beast that is hiding inside that room. She slams the door open, grabs him by the shirt, and drags him inside while cussing him out. Get your butt in here right now. Wang Zheng stays perfectly still to keep his balance. She puts the breakfast on the table, using it as a peace offering to calm down all that drama from the night before. Thi blushes and cuts straight to the point. You have to take responsibility for me. He just smirks at how cute she looks. And how exactly should I do that? She realizes he is teasing her, crosses her arms, and gets serious. You jerk. You saw everything and you were just gonna act like nothing happened? He goes for it and plants a kiss on her, leaving her frozen for like 5 whole seconds. She is speechless for a second before screaming to hide her embarrassment. Outside, the sun is blazing down on the massive airport entrance. Wang Zheng and the crew wait patiently in a quiet corner of the terminal. As soon as she steps out with her luggage, Tingyi spots them and screams with joy. Her loud voice turns every head in the crowd. Wang Zheng is so embarrassed he covers his face. She sprints over to the 3 of them, talking a mile a minute. I missed you guys so much. Did you guys miss me too? Thi stands there acting like a grumpy mom. While hugging her, Tingyi winks at Wang Zheng. Did you miss me? Wang Zheng just sighs and gives a half-hearted answer. Yeah, we all missed you. She raises her hand like she is leading a hype squad and gathers everyone for some fun. Let's go eat. I am so hungry my stomach is touching my back. Sheng Fei stands behind her and asks sweetly, Xiaoye, what do you want to eat? Tingyi finally gets some love and starts acting all clingy and cute. I want some grilled eel, please. Wang Zheng nods and makes it happen. An hour later, they're all standing in a massive line at a famous eel shop. After waiting forever, it is finally their turn. Tingyi yells so loud the people behind them laugh. Finally, hurry up, I am buying everything. A black car suddenly cuts them off and screeches to a halt right in front of the shop, kicking up a huge cloud of dust. This guy, Adam, steps out of the car, yelling like an idiot who thinks he is hot stuff. Wrap up all the grilled eel you have left for me. The staff keeps a straight face and politely answers him. I am very sorry, sir. But this gentleman right here just bought the very last portions of eel we had. With that, the server hands the bags over to Wang Zheng. Adam won't give up. He blocks the way and offers 400 yuan for the food. Wang Zheng deals with this human fly by giving him a savage response. Each portion is 10,000 yuan. Take it or leave it. Once the price hits him, Adan goes into full drama mode. Not getting the answer he wanted, Wang Zheng just walks past him, totally bored. Buy it or don't. Suddenly, Aiden grabs his shoulder and tries to snatch the food at lightning speed. Don't go anywhere. He isn't having it. As soon as Aiden reaches out, Wang Zheng shuts it down. If you can't buy it, you just steal it? You are one stubborn piece of work. Caught being a total loser. Aiden loses his cool and swings his fist like he is going to teach him a lesson. Let go of me. Jingya moves fast, landing a brutal kick right to his junk from behind. Adong hits the dirt, clutching his prize like he is about to go into labor. Jingya just stands there laughing at the loser. Whatever, we are military cadets, right? Fan Long is chilling in the car, but when his buddy does not come back, he hops out to check. He sees his friend curled up on the ground, struggling to even breathe. He clicks his tongue and asks, Adong, who wrecked you like this? Before he can even moan, Wang Zhuang pops up and says, Yeah, that was all me. Fan Long narrows his eyes and starts grilling him, but Jinga is not having it. She goes off like a freestyle diss track. Your little goon could not find donkey meat, started talking trash, and then tried to throw hands first. He got exactly what he deserved. If he tries that again, I am seriously going to flatten him. Those words hit him like a face full of hot sauce. He snaps back, saying violence does not look good on a girl and demanding an explanation. His weak energy did not scare anyone. Wang Zheng just pointed a finger at her and jumped right back into the verbal smackdown. Look, my friend already explained. If you have still got a problem, I am happy to take this all the way. Fan Long grinds his teeth, fuming. You have got a real big mouth, kid. If you do not give me a real answer right now, I will. But he gets cut off mid-sentence because the voice is just too annoying. Who do you think you are? That familiar voice makes him freeze. Wait, Xingfei? A gray car pulls up in the distance. Jingya is busy devouring her prize, looking totally satisfied. Man, nothing beats the taste of a favorite snack from back home. It is pure bliss. Shangfei watches her eat and starts getting anxious. She finally just says it. Xiao Yi, why did you agree to meet Li Thane Long? That guy is nothing but trouble. She was enjoying her meal until that rich jerk's name came up. Jingya leans in close, totally teasing her. Hey sis, he's a total 10, right? You really are not feeling it? Shengfei shakes her head immediately. No way. Seeing her looking down, Jingya offers some food to boost her mood. Do not worry, sis. Tonight, we are going to give him a serious beatdown. But Shengfei is still stuck in her head. This is his home turf, she says. How are we supposed to win a fight against him here? Wang Zhuang is quiet, eyes glued to the rearview mirror. Behind them, a turquoise car is glued to their bumper. It is not a coincidence this smells like a straight-up ambush is about to go down. He needs the girls to know what is up without freaking out. Listen up, beautiful ladies. We have got a tiny situation. I need to go handle this real quick, so just stay in the car and wait. Wang Zhuang pulls into a nearby gas station, and the tail follows him right in. He is used to this ninja stuff. He walks up and knocks on the window. Who sent you, pal? Let us have a little chat. The guy inside stays silent, barely cracking the window open. But Wang Zhuang is not sweating it. He calmly tells him to chill out. No need to start bleeding all over the street today. I just want to know who's pulling the strings. The assassin growls, saying someone paid a lot of cash for your head. Wang Zhuang just laughs in his face. Man, whoever paid you really wasted their money. Before the guy can move, he smashes the window to get a look at the clown inside. Once the tint is gone, he sees Duong Dan's confused face. He recognizes his old friend immediately. He flips a switch and gets all excited, like he just found a clearance sale. Kid, you are still alive? The other guy stammers, overcome with emotion, and yells out, Captain! In the middle of their awkward reunion, he remembers to act like a leader and asks the big question. So, who are you running with these days? Why are you out here doing hitman work? Duong Dan is still shaking from that old authority and quickly breaks down exactly what happened for him. I am with Tran Thuan now. He is a big-time gangster, and he is the one who sent me here. Shengfei cannot hear a word, and her face is full of worry. Is something wrong? Why are they hugging? Thi tries to calm her down. Do not worry. It is Wang Zhuang. Nobody can touch him. Noticing the weird looks, Duong Dan points at the car and asks, Hey, Captain, who are they? He leans back, sounding as casual as a summer breeze. Oh, they are just guests of mine. I am just showing them a good time. Seeing his old boss rolling with pretty girls, he nods with respect. Captain, you have still got it. Let us catch up later. I am in the capital a lot, and I want you to meet someone. Wang Zhuang only cares about one thing. Who? But Duong Dan just gives him a mysterious smile, acting all secretive. Come on, Captain. Let me keep the suspense for a bit. 7 p.m. at the International Palace Club, Li Tuangte is all smiles, greeting his old best friend. You said you would come back on top, and man, you actually did it, Than Long. He does not act high and mighty. Instead, he checks his watch to keep things chill. Li Tuang, you are doing pretty well for yourself too, buddy. Li Tuang just looks down, feeling awkward. One meal here probably costs more than my entire watch, he says. Suddenly, Than Long realizes two beautiful women have been waiting in the room the whole time. He walks over and gives a smooth greeting to the familiar faces. Pham Ni, Han Swang, it has been way too long. Seeing how good her old classmate looks, Pham Ni blushes and tells him he has gotten way more handsome. He takes the compliment and gives one right back like a pro. You've gotten even more beautiful yourself. I bet you have guys lining up to date you, right? Before she can even answer, two more friends burst in with a loud greeting. It has been forever. Fan Long nods like a seasoned boss and says, Yeah, long time. He looks around at the quiet room and wonders, Wait, is that everyone? Most people are here already, so who are we waiting for? He drops a name that makes her freeze. We are waiting for Shengfei. That name definitely gets her attention. Shang Fei, I heard she started working at the Blue Sea Group after graduation. I wonder how she is doing. Ha Duong pipes up, sounding annoyed. I do not care how successful she is. She should not keep us waiting. Right then, Shang Fei and Wang Zheng walk in. It is like they timed it perfectly. Sorry, everyone, she says. I did not mean to be late. Thane Long swallows his anger and stands up to play it cool. Shang Fei, what happened to those other two friends of yours? She sees right through the act and just says they went home. Thinking his acting is flawless, he calmly invites his guests to take a seat at the table. Come on, let us eat. Then he asks in a friendly voice, Shang Fei, won't you introduce your boyfriend? Without waiting for her, he drops the attitude and sticks his hand out for a handshake. My name is Wang Zhuang. Fan Long sees the polite gesture and plays along naturally. I'm Kak Chi Sam. I used to have a huge crush on Shang Fei, but do not worry, I am not your competition anymore. Seeing the energy pick up, Bien then jumps into the conversation too. So, Wang Zhuang, what do you do for a living? He goes full modest mode, totally downplaying himself. I am just a regular worker. I do not even have a place in the capital. I am basically couch surfing. He had not even finished his story before Shang Fei kicked him hard under the table. That hurt. Bien Than just clicks his tongue after hearing that. He lets out a heavy sigh. The capital is huge, and buying a house here is definitely not easy. Even with his foot throbbing, Wang Zhuang keeps joking around, saying his skills are just limited. Just as he is about to fall for the trap, he starts preaching some empty nonsense. It is not about skill, it is about mindset. If you cannot even buy a house here, how is Shang Fei supposed to be happy? Look, bro, your words are like a toothpick in reverse and it is giving me a headache. Whether I make Thin Phi happy or not is none of your business. How about you spend some time learning how to shut your trap? That savage comeback makes the arrogant god start lecturing, saying mud cannot build a wall. Vuong Tran is done playing nice, and you can see the anger rising on that baby face. What now? Things are getting way too heated, so someone jumps into national MC mode to pivot the topic and avoid the drama. Come on, guys, it has been forever since we all hung out. Let us toast to the years we spent apart. Cheers to this reunion. Time flies, but our friendship stays the same. Once the drinks start flowing, the whole group gets hyped and starts cheering loudly. Cheers. The good vibes last about 2 seconds before Than Long's loud mouth ruins it. He points at their drinks, acting like a petty judge. We all have to drink. Before she can even blink, Vuong Tran snaps back. My girl isn't feeling well today, so she is skipping the booze. He will not let it go, pushing for answers like he is about to leak some 15-year-old drama. Well, what about you then? Realizing this guy is a total creep, Vuong Tran just gives him a half-hearted answer to be polite. I do not drink. The girl giggles, shocked that a guy would not touch a drop of alcohol. Seriously, not even wine? Are you even a man? Lai Tuong, who was quiet until now, finally snaps at Vuong Tran for being so indifferent. Listen, homie, this attitude is going to make Thin Phi lose face. Instead of arguing back, he just turns around, pulls her into a hug, and asks her a simple question. Hey baby, do you feel embarrassed right now? Thin Phi's face turns bright red from blushing as she says no. With the proof right there, Vuong Tran calmly tells him, see, my girlfriend said no, so why should I care? Than Long just stands there frozen, fuming like a salty hater on a live stream. You low-class woman, I am definitely going to find a way to ruin your life today. The self-proclaimed god listens for a bit and drops a conclusion nobody asked for. At the end of the day, you are just a guy living off women. Vuong Tran glares at him, trying to hold back the Godzilla energy inside. Yeah, I really thought I was just dealing with some weak guy who likes to show off. He scoffs and drops a nasty insult right to his face. Look at yourself, you are basically a beggar. He would never guess that those words would earn him a glass bottle to the head. Thin Phi snaps, who are you to judge my boyfriend like that? Holding his head and wailing. The guy plays the victim way too hard. Thin Phi, you do not know right from wrong. I am going to kill you for that. Moving like lightning, Vuong Tran locks the loudmouth in a chokehold. Then come on, let me see how much heart you actually have. Just as things get intense, someone kicks the door open without asking. Hao Than rolls in with a squad of bodyguards like he is in a budget action movie. He screams like a cop on TV. You are the one causing trouble here, right? You got a death wish? Grab him and drag him out of here right now. Duong Dan sees the mess and rushes in to save him. Stop. Who gave you the guts to lay a hand on him? With the place in total chaos, he pulls out a gold business card to shut the manager up. Open your eyes and look closely. He is not someone you want to mess with. The manager does not even look at the card before mocking them for acting out a scene. The words International Thian Kong Chairman Vuong Tran hit Hao Thian like a final court sentence. His boss suddenly freezes, so the lackey takes a peek and shouts in shock. CCEO Vuong. He immediately drops to his knees, begging for mercy while everyone else in the room just stands there with their jaws on the floor. I was blind and did not recognize a legend. Please spare me. Wang Tran looks at this pathetic guy with pure boredom. Fine, he says coldly, but you have to break your own finger. As a lesson, you will never forget. He gives the shady group at the table one last look before dropping his final warning. As for the rest of you, I will be visiting your houses soon. Thin Fee worries things will get worse and pulls him away. Let us get moving. Before they leave the chaos, Hao Thian breaks his own finger just to beg for a little mercy. In the car, she rests her head on his shoulder. He eventually asks, "Why did you come here?" Duong Dan quickly replies, "Boss, I was worried someone would jump you." Taking advantage of the reunion, he lets his guard down and finally says the words he has been hiding for a long time. I have a feeling all this recent trouble is linked to the two family. Old grudges or new ones. I am going to settle the score eventually. Just hearing that name makes his blood boil. The two family deserves to die. We haven't even settled the score from 5 years ago, and now that old jerk shows up at our door? This is honestly so annoying. Even though he is fuming, Vuong Tran stays calm. You cannot let emotions win. They are all the same. Sooner or later, I will take them all down. Duong Dan does not want to be left out and offers to help. Captain, if you need anything, just call me. I am always ready. Ignoring his desperate look for the sake of a girl, he tells him to speed up, drive faster, take her home first. I have got work to do. Duong Dan's dirty mind starts racing with shady ideas as he asks in a teasing voice, "Boss, what kind of work is so urgent?" Without raising his voice, Vuong Tran says one thing that leaves him speechless. Obviously, I am going to meet other beautiful girls. They keep chatting in the car to kill time as they drive down the long, empty road. The next day at noon, Lu Huyen is eating when she hears a knock. Who is it? A mysterious, deep voice asks, "Do you girls want to buy some cow milk?" Dinian replies with a quick no while still chewing. But a few seconds later, she stops and realizes something. Wait a minute, I know that voice. Carrying 2 bags of stuff, Wang Tran stands outside looking like a dedicated delivery guy. Hey, you 2 pretty girls, open up for me. Lu Huyen recognizes him and happily opens the door. You are finally back. He just smiles at her. But on the inside, his mind is a mess. Yeah, some stuff happened abroad, so I ended up being a little bit late. Dinian slowly walks out behind her. Hey, long time no see. Wang Tran's voice goes quiet as his mind goes blank. Yeah, long time indeed. Lu Haiyan introduces her friend without realizing how they look. She has no idea how much their looks are killing it right now. This is the big-time TV queen from Hollywood. She talks and talks but gets no reply, so she finally looks up. Wang Tran, what is wrong with you? She panics and points at him while he stands there wide-eyed at their curves. Why is your nose bleeding? The 2 girls look at each other and freeze like a computer that just crashed. They suddenly realize they are wearing very skimpy pajamas. Both of them scream and sprint back into their rooms. Ay. They totally forget about the poor guy losing blood out in the hallway. Wang Tran collapses onto the sofa and takes a deep breath. He looks at the delicious food and cannot help but grab a bite. The rich, home-cooked flavor hits him instantly, and he just pauses for a moment to soak it in. After swallowing the food, the amazing aftertaste makes him feel even more emotional. This cooking skill is actually on another level. Dean Yen stands there with her arms crossed, watching him eat. My dad is the head chef at the Sheraton. Like father, like daughter. Lu Ho-yen walks out and starts bragging about her friend too. Exactly. Dean Yen is a great cook. Whoever marries her is going to be so lucky. As she sits down next to him, he gently puts a hand on her shoulder and speaks in a warm voice. Lu Huyen, I saw your huge poster on the subway. You are really getting popular these days. So, how have you been lately? She is so happy to finally get some attention from her man that she gives him a full update. If it wasn't for Dean Yen introducing me to those big shot directors, I wouldn't be where I am now. Tomorrow, I have got a meeting with Director Hao himself. Wang Tran caught that name and double-checked to be sure. How too long? Let me tag along with you. He glanced at her, then added a polite, and hey, Dean Yen, thanks for everything. Dean Yen kicked back in her chair, her sassy tone totally clashing with her actions. I have always seen Lu Haiyan as a sister, so do not thank me. This does not involve you. Wang Tran did not flinch, firing back, I really do not mind being involved with you. His suggestive words made her blush hard, her cheeks turning bright red. He chuckled to himself but decided to cut her some slack by changing the subject. So, what are you girls planning to do next? Lu Haiyan, who had been sidelined, jumped at the chance to chime in. Dean Yen actually turned down a massive opportunity. She blurted out, her inner gossip girl clearly taking the wheel at that moment. Man, time flies. The sun was back with a vengeance, scorching the building so hard it looked like a literal live stream of fire pouring down from the sky. Seeing him get up to leave, Lu Huan spoke up, sounding totally bummed. It has been forever since you visited. Why not stay over tonight? Even a blockhead like Wang Tran could hear the sadness. Huh? With a mischievous look, Wang Tran did not make her wait and immediately suggested, Fine, I will just crash in your room then. Liu Yan bolted toward Din Yan to hide her blushing face. What are you thinking? I am sleeping with Din Yan. Despite the awkwardness, he doubled down on his bold idea after seeing her reaction. Oh, really? Well, Din Yan's bed is actually huge. There is plenty of room for the three of us to squeeze in together. After hearing that legendary level of awkwardness, she totally lost her mind. She dragged Din Yan into the bedroom like she was dodging a crazy interview. Left alone in the massive living room, he just stood there as Lu Hian's voice drifted out. Wang Tran, we are heading to bed. We have to be up by 6 a.m. to meet Director Hao. He thought he was about to hit the jackpot, but instead, he face-planted into reality. Sighing to himself, he could not help but wonder why his fantasies and real life were so worlds apart. Tu Long leaned back comfortably in his chair, peacefully sipping tea and enjoying the view before getting to work. As Wang Tran and Lu Huan walked in, the director's sharp gaze scanned him from head to toe. Are you her boyfriend? Caught off guard by the attention from such a big shot, she quickly laughed it off. Oh, you have got it wrong. He is just a really good friend of mine. Tu Long pulled off his shades, sounding part impressed and part intrigued while looking at him. This good friend of yours is definitely something else, is not he? To prove his point, he reached out to shake Wang Tran's hand. Even though he was confused, Wang Tran shook back cautiously. The moment they pulled apart, both men were left with some deep, unreadable thoughts that were impossible to figure out. He gestured for him to take a seat, sit down. Before either of them could even speak, Tu Long dropped a bombshell of an offer out of nowhere. If you are game, you can have the lead role in my next movie. Right on cue, Wang Tran turned him down flat. I do not have any acting experience. I really do not think I could pull off a lead role like that. Like a total pro, he skipped the haggling and flashed a business card in the blink of an eye. You can give me a call whenever you change your mind. Wang Tran reluctantly took the card and gave a polite, sure thing. After that weirdly short chat, Tu Long clapped and made his big announcement. We start filming in 2 weeks. Lu Huyan, you are my leading lady. She was thrilled, hugging the handsome guy next to her. Wang Tran, this is amazing. As they were leaving, the director threw out one last comment, sounding pretty disappointed. I really hope our paths cross again soon. Once they were out of earshot, Lu Huan turned to him in total awe. Getting a role in one of his movies is like winning the lottery. This is seriously such a massive deal. Too bad he had zero interest in becoming a movie star. Wang Tran stuck to his guns and made it crystal clear. Trust me, that is just not the kind of life I want. Memories of their time together flashed through her mind, and she immediately pushed back. Does not everyone just want to be rich and famous? So, what is it that you actually want? Caught off guard, Wang Tran hesitated for a second, really thinking it over. Well, what I want is... His superhero level 6th sense suddenly kicked in. He spun around, searching for someone, and then just bolted without a word. He left Lu Huyan standing there, completely frozen and confused, like she had just seen a ghost. Somewhere else, Jiang Trung was busy complaining to Tu Long, totally clueless about the danger creeping up behind them. Long, why on earth did you ask that Wang Tran guy to be the lead? He does not even look. Before he could even finish his sentence, Le Min lunged at them, scaring him half to death. He screamed at the top of his lungs, Long, watch out, get down. Blocking the blow for Tu Long, Jiang Trung's arm got sliced by a razor-sharp blade. He let out a sharp cry of pain. The sudden attack left Tu Long panicking, asking if he was okay. Realizing he was not the target, Jiang Trung shoved him away. Just run. Panicked and unable to think, he just bolted in the direction the other guy yelled. Either Le Min was terrible at his job, or Bok Tung was just faster, appearing out of nowhere like a casual jogger to block Tu Long's path. Trying to run? Not a chance. It was not going to be that easy. In a split second, Tu Long spun around to face his assassin, Le Min. His eyes went wide like a deer staring down the edge of a butcher's knife. Staring at the cold steel of the blade, he grabbed his head in terror, ready to accept his fate. But just as death was about to knock, Wang Tran appeared out of nowhere and landed a massive kick. He tossed his hair back like a hero saving the day. Good thing I showed up when I did. Suddenly, Bok Tung lunged from behind Tu Long with a knife, ready to finish the job. But before he could, he took a heavy hit and blood sprayed everywhere. He passed out cold on the spot. Wang Tran calmly asked the director if he knew who was behind the hit. Once Tu Long caught his breath, he nodded. I have got a pretty good idea who it is. Wang Tran shot him a look, asking if he wanted to hit back. It was obvious he was not going to let this go. Damn right I am, he said, helping Jiang Trung to his feet. Before heading out, Wang Tran gave him a friendly warning. I know you can handle this, but if things get too messy, just go find Lu Huyen. Tu Long made sure to yell out a quick, "Hey, thanks again." A little later at the Teen Bin Mountain Villa, everything was dead quiet in the early morning. Teen Das stepped outside looking totally sleepy. "Oh, you are finally back. Come on, come inside with me." Before he could even feel touched, Wang Zheng got serious, like he was conducting an interrogation. "All right, Tin Da, level with me. Are you faking an order from your grandfather again?" She immediately defended herself. "No way. Why would you even think that? Grandpa seriously invited you over for dinner this time." He coldly turned her down, even dodging her attempt at a hug. But then, suddenly, Wang Trang's eyes lit up like a pair of high-beam headlights. Turns out, his eyes had landed right on her chest. Tinda blushed, crossing her arms to cover herself. "Hey," she snapped, "are you quite done staring yet?" Wang Tran did not just dodge her little game, he actually managed to knock her out cold. He gently laid her on the bed. "I am not going to the Han house, so I had to do this. Do not go blaming me when you wake up later." He carefully tucked her in and then quietly slipped away. But the second he was gone, she snapped her eyes open. It turns out the whole thing was just an act. While Tin Dao was plotting on the bed, Wang Tran was already tearing down the road. He strolled into the office with a casual, "Hey, beautiful boss. Keeping busy?" She looked up and tossed a stack of papers his way. "You are just in time. Look at these." Wang Tran carefully scanned the report, his voice full of shock. "Wait, 3 of the major shareholders just dumped 10% of their stock in Qdong International?" She nodded. "Exactly. My family are not the only ones with a stake in Qdong International. The Shangguan family holds some nominal shares too." Wang Tran was totally lost, with a million questions running through his head. Why do they want to dump International Corp shares? What did your old man say? Thi just shrugged and said he lets her handle the dirty work. He does not need to hear about every little drama. A few things are rubbing her the wrong way, though. Some family members are not giving up that easily. They are basically praying for the whole empire to crash and burn today. He grabbed the guy's head to get his attention. "Look, we are going to go find out exactly who bought those shares from this loser." "Is that all?" She snapped back. "They honestly do not care." For Wang Tran, this was child's play. He grabbed her hand and pulled her away. "Trust me, it is simple. Just follow my lead." A bit later at the villa, he pressed his ear to the door and started roasting the place. "This soundproofing is absolute garbage," he joked. Thi stood there confused. As she leaned in to listen, some very loud, spicy noises made her turn bright red. "Oh," Wang Tran winked, totally messing with her. "Since you are acting all shy now, I am taking you to see a real show." Then he just waltzed in like he owned the joint, ruining Tin Lang's romantic vibe. "My bad, did I interrupt?" Tin Lang looked ready to kill the mood killer. He told his girl, "Go wait for me in the bedroom." Then he turned around and just started losing it. "Do you people have any morals? Who just walks into a house without even knocking?" Thi sat on the sofa looking like a total boss. "Recover those shares you dumped," she ordered. "Whatever you sold them for, I will pay double." He asked if she was kidding, but she just got more intense. "Second brother, who bought them?" Ting Lang lit his cigarette and finally spat out a name. "Alban Financial. They are the biggest players in Australia." Thi started to speak, but before she could finish, he grabbed her hand. "Relax, I have got this covered." She nodded and Wang Tran stood up, getting right in the guy's face. He pulled some mystery pills out of his pocket, then he shoved them into Tin Lang's mouth, forcing the guy to swallow them. Before he could react, the threats started. "Call Alban Financial. Tell them you are buying back those shares. I am coming back tomorrow, and if you have not done what I said, you can just wait for death to come knocking." He grabbed Thi's hand and left. Tin Lang was losing it, yelling about the drugs. They just jumped in the car and drove home. In the car, Wang Tran could not help asking, "What is the deal with Alban Financial?" She leaned on her hand, thinking, "I know a bit. They have ruined plenty of promising startups. If they are coming for us, it is definitely not good." He nodded after hearing that. "Sounds like Alban is just pure trash. Do not worry about those shares. I am going to handle everything for you." Thi was so happy she actually kissed him. "Wang Tran, thank you so much." He immediately turned on the creep vibes. "If you are not done kissing me, come to my room tonight. We can keep this going." Thi looked like she wanted to call the cops on him. "You are such a pervert," she snapped. "Your head is literally filled with nothing but trashy thoughts." Wang Tran did not want her to stay mad. "I am just kidding," he laughed. "How about I take you to a bar?" She just huffed a little bit, and before long, they pulled up. Outside the bar, the neon sign was already dark, but he did not care. "Let us go." They walked in and spotted Tinda. Wang Tran grabbed her shoulder, and she spun around ready to fight. "Who is messing with my peace?" But once she saw who it was, her attitude flipped instantly. "Wang Tran?" He just laughed and asked, Why are you sitting here drinking all by yourself? Tin Da looked confused. Are you not here for the boxing match? Wang Tran had no clue. Boxing? What are you talking about? She looked him in the eye. Empire, underground boxing. Thi was messing with her phone when she got a call. Can you come back to the villa for a second? A voice asked. She nodded and agreed to head over. All right, I am heading out now. She stood up to say goodbye. Something came up, so I have got to go. He told her to be careful on the road. Tin Da started teasing her. Leaving so soon? Just go do your work. I am borrowing Wang Tran for a bit, so do not be stingy. Thi walked off without a word. Seeing her face, Tin Da guessed it. Were you two just on a date? Wang Tran wrapped his arm around her waist. Well, based on what you just said, I guess you could call this a date right now too. She shoved him away immediately. Wang Tran just laughed it off. Hey, at least someone likes it. It was finally time for the fight. She stood up. The boxing is starting, let us move. The two fighters were already in the ring, surrounded by a massive crowd. The two of them squeezed through the fans and managed to snag some pretty decent seats. A guy across the way spotted Tin Da. Did not expect to see the little princess here. That was Thien Hain. He glanced at the man next to her. Honestly, I am way more interested in that guy. He called a waiter over. Get everything ready. I want a memory they will never forget. The bell rang to start the match. Kai Lan was locked in, staring down his opponent with total focus. Tin Da pointed toward the corner. Since the fight just started, let us go play some bets and make some quick cash. Wang Tran looked confused. Oh, how? She was already seeing dollar signs and asked him for a tip. I know you are an expert, so tell me, which one of these guys is actually better? Give me some advice. Wang Tran just crossed his arms. If one of them is throwing the fight on purpose, how am I supposed to know? Tin Da immediately shut that down. They will not throw the fight. The rules here are simple. If you lose, you literally lose your life. He could not believe his ears. Oh? Since when did underground boxing in this city become a literal matter of life and death? Suddenly, the ref's whistle signaled the next round. Wang Tran looked at the guy on stage and wondered, what is his story? Tin Da knew everything. Word is, he was a top-tier soldier in the elite recon unit. Then he messed up and got kicked out. Now he is with Tan Long Lin. He turned to her. A Tan Long Lin member fighting underground? You did not bring me here just to watch, did you? She stopped hiding it and asked him straight up. Do you not want to take them on yourself? Wang Tran just sighed. That reverse psychology is not going to work on me. I will get what I want using my own methods. She pushed his hand away, looking totally disappointed. What a buzzkill. Right then, the waiter whispered something to Kai Lan. Then the fighter pointed right at their seats. You, get up here. Ting Da turned to him, sounding worried. Look, he is challenging you. Now you do not have a choice but to fight. Wang Tran was not scared. He tossed his credit card onto the tray. 2 million on me. The crowd went wild. If you suck, do not embarrass us. I bet my life savings on the big guy, so kill him. Wang Tran checked the scoreboard. The odds were 1-3 in Kai Lan's favor. He grinned to himself. This is going to be a massive payday. He stepped in and started talking. Heard you are with Tan Long Lin. Did not think I would see one of you fighting for scraps in this dump. Kai Lan looked confused. Then Wang Tran lunged forward to take control. Guess they did not tell you everything. Maybe I will be nice and tell you exactly who I am later. He threw a heavy punch, but the guy actually blocked it. Not bad. Your reaction speed and defense are actually decent. Too bad for you, though. He landed a massive blow, and Kai Lan immediately started coughing up blood. I am one step ahead. The guy flew backward looking absolutely wrecked. He was not done yet. Wang Tran suddenly reached out and grabbed the guy's shoulder. Then Kai Luan's clutching his gut in agony, begging for mercy. Stop. Hold on. I give up. But Wang Zheng's not done. He's got him by the pants and isn't letting go. He tosses Kai Luan sky high. Surrender? Too early for that, buddy. With a massive throw, he sends his opponent flying. While he's dangling in mid-air, Wang Zheng lunges upward, landing one final, brutal punch to end the fight. After that wild combo, he casually waves at a waiter and says, Hey man, don't forget the cash I put on Wang Zheng. He glances at the stands, catching an eye that says it all. A worried guy whispers, Brother, he's coming for you. You better start praying for your life right now. Then he bolts. Once down there, he starts barking questions. Hey Thien Nai, was this whole thing your idea? Thien Nai denies it instantly. No, not me. Wang Zheng grabs his collar, fuming. Don't play dumb with me, man. The truth is out, and your whole family is trash. You people just won't go away. Thien Nai is freaking out. He grips his shirt and snaps, Are you threatening me? He hurls Thien Nai onto the stage with total force. Wang Zheng watches the pathetic mess and gloats. That's what you get. He faceplants onto the floor, looking like he's in pure agony. He points at Kai Luan and starts schooling him. Don't look at me like that. This isn't on me. You brought in some special forces pro, right? You really think the adults in your house didn't know about this? He gets more smug as he talks. I know exactly what I'm capable of, but why didn't he try to stop you? Instead, he just stood there and watched his own brother get wrecked. Suddenly, a voice cuts in from the shadows. Impressive, truly impressive. Thien Nien walks over, clapping. I didn't expect this. Wang Zheng, your game of turning us against each other is top tier. He whips his head around toward the guy. I wasn't even looking for you yet, but here you are, knocking on my door. Wang Zheng keeps talking to Thien Nai. See, I didn't lie to you. Your brother heard every word. Thien Yen steps up with the praise, saying your trash talk is almost as good as your fighting. Wang Zheng acts humble, saying he's too kind. Seeing things go south, he tries to negotiate. Is there really no way we can just settle this peacefully? He just lets out a dry laugh. Settle this? You sent an assassin after me. Your grandpa almost got me and my crew killed in Country L. And then there's Long Lan. How am I supposed to make peace with that? No way. If I shake hands with you, I'm helping a snake. He suddenly lunges and grabs him by the throat. The bodyguards behind him pull their weapons. Let the boss go right now, or we'll blow your head off. Wang Zheng isn't sweating it. He fires back with a threat. Go ahead and try. Let's see if you can shoot me before your boss's neck snaps like a twig. Thien Yan is terrified and tries to play nice. Does it really have to be like this? He stares him down and explains. It started the moment you sent that killer. Finally, he decides to let him go. Watch your back. I'm going to make your life a nightmare. Thien Yan clutches his sore neck. Before he can even finish his sentence, Wang Zheng turns to walk away. See you around if you are lucky. He grabs Tin Jia's hand and walks out. Once Thien Yan catches his breath, he tells his brother to head home. He's fuming. If we aren't united, this whole team is going straight to hell. A bit later in the lobby, the two of them are waiting for someone. Tianfong shows up and acts polite. Mr. Wang Zheng, sorry for the wait. There are $30 million on this card. It's your prize money for winning. The passcode is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can go ahead and check it now. Wang Zheng takes the card. No need, I trust you guys. 2 million turned into 30 million? That's a serious payday. The guy hesitates, but Wang Zheng cuts him off. Tell your boss to come out. I want to know why he didn't step in. Tianfong tries to keep things chill. He doesn't want any more drama. Look, our boss isn't even here right now. Neither of you got hurt, so why would we intervene? Wang Zheng is busy on a call. Right then, Chao Nam strolls up and starts questioning him. Mr. Wang, aren't you making things a little difficult for me? He puts his phone away and shoots a sarcastic look. Well, big boss, you sure know how to lay low. Chao Nam isn't backing down either. He fires back at him. What, you surprised? I just wanted to find Wang Zheng stands up and cuts in. Since we met, why don't you play host? A while later, they're at the bar on the second floor. Chao Nam is enjoying a drink while a beauty pours for him. Suddenly, someone screams, killing the vibe. Where is Tu Qian? Where are you hiding her? Get out here now. She rushes out to see what's going on and finds a drunk guy causing a scene down in the lobby. If she doesn't come mix a drink for me, I'm calling hundreds of guys to tear this whole place apart. A waiter tries to explain. Sir, she's not here today. She's on leave. You're bothering the other customers. The guy doesn't care and just clocks him. Get out of here. You're nothing. Why are you even talking to me? Tianfong immediately fires back with a punch to the guy's face. The drunk clutches his gut in pain, but his face looks fine. Then he recovers and lands the exact same blow right back. The two of them start brawling like crazy, determined to take the other one down. Tu Qian sees things getting ugly. Chao Nam is having a blast, so he grabs the girl's hand and pulls her back. Don't leave. Nobody's touching my girl. This whole situation is definitely not what it looks like. Wang Zheng's been watching and he sees exactly what this guy is up to. He's dangerous and trying to bait me out by any means necessary. He nods in agreement. They both head to the balcony to watch. He turns to the guy next to him. We need a plan before the cops get here. Chao Nam looks confused. Police. Wang Zheng is a pro at this and breaks it down. The cops and reporters are going to swarm every exit and tear this bar apart. That underground fight club of yours is going to be exposed. Chao Nam, you've really stepped in at this time. He realizes his only choice is the guy in front of him. I owe you one, just help me out here. With total control, Wang Zheng calmly pulls out a handgun. He pulls his piece and fires a few shots into the ceiling. The bullets shatter the lights all over the bar instantly. Chaos erupts. People start screaming and bolting for the exits in a total panic. Shots fired. Get out of here. Run. Find somewhere to hide and get out of my way. Once the path is clear, Chao Nam grabs the girl and runs. He doesn't forget to look back and shout a quick thanks to Wang Zheng. Moments later, the police arrive and surround the entire bar. But it's way too late. Wang Zheng has already made his getaway, tearing down the highway at high speed. Sitting in the car, Tinjia feels a bit bummed. After today, that underground fight club is history. Nowhere left to watch a good scrap. Wang Zheng sees it differently, though. If Chao Nam can flip this situation, people are going to start seeing him in a whole new light. She suddenly switches gears. So, are you actually going to join that special forces competition? Give me a straight answer. It's hard to say. Wang Zheng is still torn for personal reasons. Let me think about it. I'm really not in the mood to lead a bunch of rookies. She looks at him with big, puppy dog eyes and a sweet voice. But I really want to see you fight. Later, back at the Tai Bin Mountain Villa, the sun is starting to set. Wang Zheng's phone suddenly goes off, and the caller ID says Thuong Quan Tin Lang. He picks up quickly. Speak up, what's the deal? On the other end, it's already over. I give up, he mutters. I surrender. Ask me anything you want, and I'll tell you the truth. Wang Zheng is thrilled and tells Tinjia, your brother just threw in the towel. She got what she wanted and orders a retreat. All right, let's go finish this and collect our prize. Next morning at Tin Lang's place. Outside it is bright and peaceful, but inside is a total wreck. Tin Lang is curled up on the couch looking pathetic. Wu Zheng strolls in with some harsh conditions. Call the Albern Financial Group and tell them you want to buy back the shares. Do that, and I will give you the antidote. Tin Lang is miserable. He looks like death warmed over. He weakly tells him that he already had his assistant reach out 30 minutes ago. He sounds more hopeless by the second, but before he can finish, the line goes dead. Wu Zheng gives him a look of pure disgust. Honestly, you are just completely useless. He hands the phone over, wanting the truth. Give me the contact info now. Tin Lang takes the phone and spills the beans. He says the main rep for the Albern Group is currently staying over at the Tanjiang Hotel. Goal achieved. He turns to leave without a second thought. Cold-blooded. Come on, let's go. He leaves Tin Lang behind, screaming at the top of his lungs. Hey, you still haven't given me the antidote. Wu Zheng looks back, his words cutting like a knife. If my math is right, you still have 15 hours before it is over. At this point, dying might actually be easier. The guy just starts losing it in total agony. Meanwhile, those two are just casually chatting. So, seeing him half dead like that, does it feel pretty good? It feels amazing. Honestly, they are being colder than a winter in Siberia right now. Wu Zheng acts like he is on top of the world and asks the lady for her thoughts. Feeling a little excited now? Thi turns red and shuts him down immediately. No way. Keep dreaming, buddy. Cut to the hotel balcony. And Jacques is sipping wine and looking out at the city like he owns it. Finally, this place is under our thumb. He thinks he has already won the game. Right when he is celebrating, Wu Zheng crashes the party. Why so smug? The old man jumps and spins around. Who the hell are you? Wu Zheng is not giving up his name for free. Who I am does not matter. What matters is that a certain beautiful lady wants a word with you. Thi walks right in. It is about to go down. Get ready for trouble. And Jacques recognizes her and starts barking questions. Miss Thi, I did not think the manager of International Coup Dung liked breaking into private homes. Are you not afraid I will take you to court for this? Thi is not scared of anything, especially not a lawsuit. Go ahead, it is useless. Mr. Njok, honestly, we should have had this meeting a long time ago. Don't you agree? Not caring about the drama, Wu Zheng pours himself a cup of coffee. He takes a sip and even mocks the guy. This coffee is actually great. I did not realize you had such good taste. I am over 70 years old and I have never seen someone this rude. He raises his voice. I never invited you in, and I certainly did not tell you to drink my coffee. Thi pulls up a chair. Relax. Let us just sit down and talk about these shares calmly. And Jacques immediately tries to pass the buck to the headquarters, acting like his hands are tied. Miss Thi, I already sent the report about the 10% share buyout to the main office. They are taking this very seriously. It is basically out of my hands now. Wu Zheng finishes his coffee and finally gets down to business. I do not care how you plan to handle it. We are buying them back at cost. He stands up, ready to escalate. If not, then we have nothing left to talk about. And Jacques backs away, confused. What are you doing? Wu Zheng gets in his face. I am not doing anything, but your Albern Group played dirty, and that makes me very unhappy. From now on, we are enemies. Consider yourself warned. Before the guy can react, he dumps the leftover coffee right onto Njok's face. Just a little warning, he gives him a cold stare and then heads back to his own apartment. Wu Zheng is just chilling on his phone in the living room. He sees a message from Minky. A handsome guy invited me to dinner tonight. You want to come along? He taps out a quick reply and hits send. Just wait, I am coming to find you right now. He says goodbye to Thi. A beautiful lady is calling, so I am out. Call me if anything happens. She slams her report down in a jealous rage. Meanwhile, at Blue Sea headquarters, Minky is checking her watch anxiously. Where is he? Speak of the devil, and he appears. Hey, beautiful. Did you miss me? She jumps up with a huge smile on her face. Let's go inside and talk. Wu Zheng walks in and flops onto the sofa. Your place is seriously fancy. Minky walks over, her cheeks turning bright red from being shy. Wu Zheng, what exactly is our relationship right now? He doesn't answer at first, he just sighs and then reaches out to pull her close. He pulls her onto his lap and looks at her with total sincerity. You are very important to me. She melts at his sweet words and tries to be understanding. I know you have a lot going on, and I cannot just keep you all to myself. Minky leans into him and whispers something sweet. My heart is already totally yours, so what am I supposed to do now? Then they share a kiss that is hotter than a summer day. Minky gives him the green light. I think the bed in my room could be put to good use now. Wu Zheng doesn't waste any time. He picks her up and carries her toward the bedroom. But just as things are heating up, there is a loud knock at the door. He feels like the unluckiest guy alive. Who has such bad timing? Seriously, who is that? Minky blushes and tells him they will reschedule. Just take a nap here for a bit, and we will grab dinner later. The next morning, bright sunlight streams through the windows of the Blue Sea Group building. Wu Zheng wakes up and looks for Minky, but finds a note on the table instead. You looked really tired last night, so I did not want to wake you. I have things to do today, but I had a great time. Can't wait to see you again. He scratches his head and laughs, feeling a bit bummed. I can't believe I fell asleep and missed my chance to have dinner with her. He shakes it off and calls Duong Dan. The other end picks up immediately. Hey, why are you calling so early? Wu Zheng starts talking, but Duong Dan is busy with some girls and lets out a surprised shout. Wu Zheng hears the hesitation. What is up? Have you heard of them? Duong Dan stands up and starts asking questions. I heard about them back when I was in the gang. Why are you involved with a group like that? He is not in the mood to explain. He just wants to get things done. It is complicated. Just help me investigate who the Alburn group has been working with lately. He hangs up without even a thank you. He is deep in thought when Tin Day suddenly bursts in, screaming her head off. She looks like she is in a massive rush. Finally found you. Come with me right now. She grabs his hand and drags him out. He is totally confused and has no clue what is going on. Hey, what is the big rush? No time. We are heading to Fu Chao right now. I will explain everything on the way. Soon, they arrive. The weather is actually great. After hearing the explanation, Wu Zheng is still pretty curious and starts asking for more details. So your dad wants the two of us to go visit a relative? Tin Da nods as she walks beside him. Yeah, that is basically it. He holds his head, feeling totally played. I got tricked by you guys again, didn't I? She tries to defend herself. It is not like that. And besides, you know them. Wu Zheng just wants to know who they are visiting. She points to an old-school mansion and speaks slowly. The Chuang family. As soon as he hears that, he tries to leave. She grabs his hand and begs him, please, we are already here. Let's just go see them. He finally gives in. They walk up to the mansion and she knocks on the door. Is anyone home? Immediately, someone comes to answer. Glancing out, I spotted a familiar face, little Yi. She politely asked if my cousin was around. Not wanting to be rude, I invited her in, explaining the parents were out but they could wait in the living room for a bit. Wang Zheng was clearly annoyed, looking like he had just lost his last dollar. Thankfully, she was sharp enough to take the hint and politely declined. They headed out, but she followed closely, begging in her cutest voice. Come on, let us go check out the mansion district. It has been forever since I have been there. Wang Zheng finally cracked a smile, tossing an arm around her. Fine, what do you want to play? I am down for whatever. Suddenly, she got this mischievous look on her face, like she was about to start some real trouble. He blinked, letting out a confused, huh. Next thing you know, we are at the beach. Wang Zheng was literally drooling over the girls in bikinis, eyes turning into total heart shapes. Talk about a guy's paradise. She dragged the pervert away, telling him to stop staring and get on a jet ski already. They were tearing up the sand when someone started watching from the shadows. Ani looked disgusted, whispering about how those two lowlifes dared to show up. Seeing her upset, Back Van pulled her close. Do not worry, babe. Big brother has got it handled. She snapped back, acting all high and mighty. You better make sure they do not make it back alive. He just smirked, promising she would get her wish right there at the coast. A bit later, they were flying across the waves. He looked back, teasing her about how she always picks the most dangerous stuff to do. She gripped his waist tight, shouting back, got a problem with that? He laughed, totally leaning into the beach boy vibe. She screamed with excitement, loving every second of it. But then, out of nowhere, another boat started gaining on them fast. He glanced back, instantly on high alert. Hold on tight, someone is looking for trouble. Realizing the danger, he swapped seats and shoved her forward. You drive. She panicked, I do not know how. He barked back, it is just like a motorcycle, you got this. He stood up, scanning the enemy boat. Just keep it straight for the shore. She was shaking, terrified out of her mind, but before she could finish a sentence, he dived into the water. He yelled back, "Do not worry, you are safe." Water exploded everywhere as Min Kai started unloading his gun right into the waves. Bullets were flying everywhere, but thanks to that main character luck, not a single one hit him. She bolted, heart racing with worry. He popped up, challenging the guy. "Hey, stop chasing the girl and fight me like a man." Min Kai aimed right for him. Before he could fire, a kick sent the gun flying across the deck. With no weapon left, Min Kai had to use his fists. Bad move. This is Wang Zheng we are talking about. He slammed a kick into the guy's gut, calling him a weakling before landing a brutal blow right to the groin. Ouch. Min Kai hit the deck, clutching his junk and groaning. Wang Zheng just calmly reached down and grabbed the gun. He pointed it right at him. "Talk. Who sent you?" The guy tried to play dumb, swearing there was nobody else involved. He stayed cool, listing the guy's resume: ex-mercenary, Muay Thai expert. "I can find out who you are in 5 minutes. So, you want to tell the truth?" The guy just asked what the difference would be anyway. He played the nice guy for a second. "Simple. You talk, I hand you over to the local police. Whether you escape them is on you. But if you do not talk, I am breaking your legs and throwing you to the sharks." That did the trick. He confessed everything Fan Hu-nin from the Black West Society sent me. He claimed that was all he knew, but Wang Zheng was not buying it. He stepped closer, slow and menacing. He grabbed the guy's hand and squeezed. "Oh, really?" He applied more pressure until the guy screamed. Min Kai begged him to stop, crying about how he already told the truth, but he was not done with this lead yet. "Talk or you are fish food. Tell me, who does Fan Hu-nin usually hang out with? Give me a name right now." He finally cracked Chuang Bak Van. He froze. He never expected that snake to be the one pulling the strings behind everything. Goal achieved, he aimed the gun one last time. "Guess I am a liar too. Thanks for being honest." Later at a cafe, she was waiting with a big smile. He looked at her, his face dead serious. "Look, kid, there is something you need to know, and it is not pretty." She was ahead of him. "It is about that assassin, is it not? Let us talk somewhere else." She sat down and cut to the chase. "Who is it?" He told her straight. "Chuang Bak Van, and your sister is probably in on it too." She looked down, trying to hold it together. Betrayed by her own blood. He told her it was okay to cry. She grabbed his shirt and sobbed into his chest. "Why do they want me dead?" He held her close, promising he would not let them get away. She hesitated, but they are family. He was not about to let family ties stop him. He laid it all out for her to see. "You call them family, but they are trying to kill you. They are monsters. I will handle your dad." Meanwhile, someone was watching the whole thing through binoculars. Amy was anxious. "Can you see them?" Even though he could not see anything, he was cocky as hell. "They are gone. Those hitmen do not miss." She sighed in relief. "Finally, those two are dead. We can go home now." He grabbed her shoulder with a creepy smirk. "Hey, sister, did you forget something?" She got the hint and hugged him tight, whispering in his ear. They headed for the bed. "Little girl, I cannot wait any longer." He threw her on the bed. Little did they know, Wang Zheng was watching the whole thing on screen. He had the phone out, recording every disgusting second. This was the show of a lifetime. Later, while walking with her, his phone buzzed. He pulled it out and watched the video. Talk about a messed up hobby. This guy is a total freak. She noticed him staring at the screen. "What is up?" He just smiled and asked where she wanted to go. She pouted, looking totally pathetic, wanting to visit her grandpa, but right now it looks like she is locked out. He acted like he wanted to please her, but his mind was elsewhere. She perked up instantly, asking if he was serious. He just laughed it off, asking when he had ever lied to her. Before long, they were standing right in front of the general's massive mansion. She grabbed his hand and whispered to her grandpa that she was home. Sobbing uncontrollably, she told him about her rough 6 months in Nin Ha, how she had gotten thin and tanned, but was now way tougher than she used to be. She kept rambling, maybe even throwing some shade on purpose. She told her grandpa that she had even brought her boyfriend along to visit. He is pretty hot, but honestly, he is a total player and kind of a jerk. Open your eyes and help me teach him a lesson. She broke down crying on the bed while he gently told her it was time to go. The guards are about to wake up. Once we handle those two scumbags, you will have plenty of time with your grandpa. She wiped her tears and nodded. As they left, she bragged that minor stuff like this could not stop her. She told him not to underestimate her because her physical condition was actually top tier. Before she could finish, she stumbled and almost ate dirt. Luckily, he caught her. She was clearly exhausted and about to faint from all that crying, so he told her to stop pushing. Then he picked her up princess style. Suddenly, everything felt romantic as he softly told her to just stay still. "If you fall and end up paralyzed, do not blame me." She pouted but then pecked him on the cheek, calling it their little secret. A bit later, they finally made it back to the hotel. He watched her sleep, feeling a bit sorry for her. He checked his phone and started the next task, the screen showing a video file transferring. He smirked, ready for the real show to begin. He would deal with that trashy couple first. Meanwhile, back at the general's place, a sleek black car pulled up to the gate. Those two were laughing, totally clueless about the storm coming for them. Suddenly, his shadow appeared, scaring them half to death. She rolled down the window and screamed, asking what the hell he was doing there and how he even found them. He gave a chilling smile, saying he and the girl had been waiting all day. He mocked them for taking their sweet time while acting so relaxed and posh. The guy felt a cold shiver down his spine. He stuttered, claiming they just had some business to finish. He flashed an okay sign and walked away. Watching them, he knew they were definitely behind everything. He pulled out his phone and hit up his buddy, Yang Dan, to start the plan.